It's like so dumb. It's so dumb to pretend anyone was respecting Bolax's privacy. It's so absolutely ridiculous. It's like totally laughable. But why does he pretend that's not the case? I don't understand why you'd even repeat this and pretend it's not the case when it's so obvious it is the case. You do kiss Dirio's ass and you don't get any viewers. It's that simple. The point is that simple. What sort of house of cards have you stacked your career on? Like, how fragile is the situation that your livelihood could be ripped away from you if you have the wrong take about the green M&M? Where's the TommyC Twitter video? Here it is. Alright, guys. So as you know, we've been closely following the TommyC situation, okay, guys? We've been very closely following this whole TommyC situation for quite a while now. It's been getting worse and worse. It's just like worse and worse and worse every day at this point. Deeply embarrassing spiral this man's in. As you know, if you've been following, thank you for the $4.20.
Thank you for mind-ring Chud into covering Tommy this morning.
We'll go over my techniques of mind control, mind ape, as we get into it, okay? So, as you would know if you've been following, in Tommy's last live stream, he compared me to Bad Empanada and Chud to Hassan, and basically said that I was this evil, malicious, chaotic, you know, force that Chud just keeps around, keeps on a leash, you know, and sends after people that Chud already doesn't like, but doesn't have the balls to say it. It's totally not that I'm like a that used to hang around Chud's community and always hated his friends and disagreed with him on a lot, and so was frequently brought onto stream to be oppositional. And I've just grown my own separate thing, and I'm still oppositional to a lot of people because that's just in my nature. It can't possibly be that, and that sometimes I just make good. I occasionally might make a good point, and Chud agrees with it. I was like, okay, that's a good point. Can't possibly be that. Can't possibly be that. No, it has to be a conspiracy, a terrible conspiracy. Dude, I'm coughing like crazy today. Terrible conspiracy with TommyC's friends and enemies to take him down, to completely destroy his life, drive him off the internet, end SFTP once and for all. That's what it has to be. That's what it has to be. Also, it's something about leftists too, I think. Probably something about leftists too. So I did manage to convince Chud to cover this. Obviously, we were all telling him he was running and that Tommy owns him in the Discord before he started stream. Stylo was saying he's not going to talk about it. He's not going to talk about it. He's going to say, oh, he doesn't make it any worse. He can talk about it on stream if he wants to. So that's what Stylo was saying. Stylo was doubting. And then in Chud's chat, we managed to bait him. Okay. So, let's... Wait, okay, yeah, let's watch this. So this... Once we managed to get Chud to watch it, TommyC posts this on Twitter. So I want to show you this first because it's amusing, and then I want to just sort of watch the Chud stuff uninterrupted. So, let's have a look at this video.
This really might be the biggest thing I've ever done in my career. I actually got Chud.
So this is the biggest thing TommyC's ever done in his career. What's he done exactly? He's made Chud call him a fucking retard for like 40 minutes. Or 2 hours even. He epically baited Chud into screaming that Tommy is a schizophrenic retard for 2 hours. It's the biggest thing he's ever done in his career.
ChudLogic to drop the playing stupid act and actually explain himself instead of having to cherry pick what he wants to talk about. Now he's going to be talking about Turkey Tom. Now he's going to be talking about Bobax. Now he's actually going to be talking what I said and not try to twist the whole thing. And you called me.
Neither of these things are big deals. Literally, nobody cares about either of those things. Bobax's dress being leaked. Nobody gives a fuck. Everyone already leaked everything on him. He's a total fucking loser that literally nobody cared about. They'd already leaked every piece of information they possibly could, except this dress thing. And the dress thing was circling around behind the scenes. It was circulating. It was circulating. So they weren't being very tight-lipped about it. So let's stop pretending that anyone was showing any regard for Bo Blacks. Bo Blacks was totally abandoned by that friend group. Totally left to die. So let's stop pretending otherwise, okay? No one gives a fuck about that. And Turkey Tom, yes, Turkey Tom and Nick Diorio in that live stream were downplaying their fear of DGG. They were pretending, oh, I don't care what any of these people think of me. Only if you're like a crazy weirdo like Lav, Mr. Girl, or Kelly will they ever go after you. When that wasn't true. Nick admitted he was terrified of it in the call with Sunday, and Tom was blatantly terrified of it the whole fucking time. So it was blatantly true that this was the case. Chud was right to press on that. There was no snaking there.
A pedo. Well, guess what? We'll be covering his crash out as soon as he's done. Should be like 20 fucking hours of overexposure. But we'll get to it eventually, I promise.
So that's just awesome. So we're waiting for Tommy's go live. I think he fell asleep early today, probably because he had too much to drink. I would imagine. I would guess. I would hazard to guess that TommyC, early in the evening, probably about 8 PM and 9 PM, was sitting there drinking lager from a bottle and just was passing out and was like, I gotta stream tonight. I gotta stream tonight. And then pull out a tweet saying goodnight. Well, let's take a look at Chud's stream.
There we go.
And guys, for just a moment, I do need to tell my
dude. I saw it. Dude, I saw them put the tweet out, and I was just like, "We're fucking in. We're fucking in, dude.
Yeah,
this is it. This is what I've been waiting for, bro. I've been waiting for this. Previous person I've covered, massive views, having a fucking allegation drop against them. That's like fucking 3 main channel segments easily. Finally, dude. Finally. Yes.
It's 2 seconds, okay?
We're so back. We're back in business. We're back in business.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Thank
but
you.
How do I make money off depressed people?
I'm expecting Tommy tent. I mean, I don't really have much to add.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I know that you spoke about me again. Thank you for the membership.
CEO of Hell became a member. CEO of Hell celebrates 7 months of membership. ChudLogic X Black. Thank
you for the membership. Whoa! I disavowed it. He said you're a coward if you don't watch it. Well, then is he a coward for not watching my video? I mean, how does this work exactly? Like, what the dude? Okay, you're gonna What is this new fucking paradigm where it's apparently noble to not talk to someone now? What the fuck is that about, dude? It's fucking deranged. How am I running, bro? I've said I'll have a conversation. Bro, I said I will have a conversation with you. I said I'll have a conversation. How is that running? Yes, Tommy's going fucking insane. He's done another stream and I'll talk to him right now. I'll talk to him right now. Bro, why am I going to react to him talking about me to me talking about him after he spoke about my content? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm not afraid to fucking talk to anyone, bro. I'll talk to him if he wants. I'm just not going to watch his video because it's fucking ridiculous. What are we doing here, bro? This fucking reactception shit. Just have a conversation with me, bro. Just have a conversation. Dude, how am I the one that's fucking scared when he's there with this fucking retarded parasocial audience, desperately fucking spurting out about me, refusing to talk to me because he thinks I'm a snake, and also, apparently, what was the other thing? He didn't like how I spoke about him in a video. So he doesn't want to talk to me. I mean, it's fine. But it's just pathetic. It's totally pathetic. Just fucking have a conversation. What's your problem, bro? On stream, off stream, he can record it. He can record the whole thing if he's worried about me snaking him or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
I won't bring
back.
anyone else on. It will just be me and him. That's it. I'm
back.
not going to fucking dogpile. No one else will come into the call. It's ridiculous. I got nothing to fear. I got nothing to hide. I got literally nothing to hide. Nothing to fear. It's all out there. All my comments are out there in the open that you can see. I don't understand this, you know. I don't understand why you can't just have a conversation about it. Instead of this stupid, like, you know, talking about each other on our streams backwards and forwards. I'm sure he's going to do another fucking 30 minutes about this as well. Just have a conversation, bro. Just have a conversation with me, bro. Just have a fucking convo. What is going on, dude? What is going on? I don't understand what has happened that you can't just have a conversation anymore. This idea that it's like snake shit. That I'm a snake, so I can't be spoken to. Well, it's all in the public. It's all in the open. Stop playing.
So this is what gets him here. Okay. I said, stop playing silly buggers and pull up the video. Give us 10 minutes of comedy. We are starving. So I was like maybe I can get this guy to watch it. Pull up for a minute, Chud. Pull it up for a minute. See how you feel. Pull it up for just a moment. Just have a look at it. Just have a look at it, okay?
Playing silly buggers and pull up the... Okay. Okay, send me the timestamp. We'll watch it. Fine, we'll watch it. Kuihman wins. Kuihman's won again. Go on, send it through. Let's have a look. Go on. Go on, send it through. Let's have a look. But I'm not doing this again. It's done after this. I'm not doing any more of this stupid fucking reacception shit. Okay? I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. After this, if he wants to talk, we can have a conversation. Okay? Kuihman has won again. Kuihman's secret tricks against me have worked, clearly. And of course, Kuihman sent it to me. This must... Dude, this is probably the, what? 5th or 6th time you sent me Tommy's content to react to, Kuihman? Something like that, is that right? All those things you send me about him? You know what I'm talking about. Obviously, you know, I know you downplayed it on stream, but obviously, you know, we know what's going on, don't we? We know what's going on, dude. Oh shit, I shouldn't. Oh, I've let the cat out of the bag. Oh, uh-oh. I've let the cat out of the bag. Oh no, shit. Fuck. Damn. Forget the links. It's the novels of psychoanalysis he should be worried about.
A metronome in my thoughts keep telling me to get me
Let's
home.
go!
Keep telling me to let me out.
Let's go!
Oh, just let me out. The clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me out. Oh, just let me out.
I didn't have the wiggler up because I won't show the chat. But you're right. While I eat and... Sorry guys, I started streaming, I hadn't eaten. I'm having a snack. Let me just... I am sort of not talking as much as I should be right now. But hey, we're getting into it. It's alright guys, we're just starting up. We're winding up right now, okay guys? What's your snack of choice? I've said this before. I eat a lot of these breakfast biscuits now. This is like I feel like a fucking, you know, like eating sort of retard or something sometime doing this shit. I literally said I have this early in the morning and I just don't eat for like several hours. You know, I just don't eat for hours on end afterwards.
Let me out. All that shit, just let me
I'm Ryan live in Europe. This book badass. You be broadcasting all in Orlando. I'm TommyC. That's Mean Genie. I know Mean Genie. Yo, so look, I am not going to punish you.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Of 50 minutes of going, I don't know.
What? So he doesn't even watch my video. What is all this shit? What is all this fucking bullshit about me running scared? Right? Because I'm not going to watch his fucking retarded video. And I've been fucking pressured into it by retards in chat. And he's not even going to watch my response and go over my arguments. Dude, this is what is so fucking ridiculous about this whole thing, right? He is sat there in a fucking drunken rage, probably, presumably, right? Banging on about credibility attacks, okay, right? Because I fucking said Nicholas Diorio was sucking off Ethan Klein, right? All he's done is make fucking credibility attacks against me. All he's done is say I'm a fucking snake and acted like I'm some duplicitous fucker with no evidence, by the way, with no evidence, right? It's fucking obscene, bro. I'm not making the fucking credibility attacks. He's making the credibility attacks against me and not addressing my arguments. And not addressing my fucking arguments. Bro, the bridge is already fucking gone. The bridge is already gone. You know? TommyC got fucking mind raped by Kuihman so hard, he's put about fucking 75% of that onto me, right? And, you know, it's like, he's been seething. He's been seething about all these different issues for months and said nothing to me. And said not a single word to me, bro. We last spoke 6 months ago, and I said to him that the slasher stuff was overblown and to look over my...
Dude, Willie is truly one of the biggest pussies on planet Earth. It's so funny. Midwit, pussy, loser. We're going to put up his tweets at some point. But he is absolutely one of the worst midwit pussy losers on the face of planet Earth. For a guy who, in his Destiny allegations video, took the time to have a whole little moment where he says, you know, guys, Destiny might be a sexual abuser, but at least he debates people, unlike Vosh and Hassan. For a guy who took the time to say that in his video, to then be such a bitch that he is talking shit about his content creation friends behind the scenes, instead of just getting on a live stream with them and arguing about it, is so embarrassing. That is truly one of the most embarrassing, low-life, pathetic fucking displays of character I have ever seen. You take your time to suck off this fucking sexual abuser, deadbeat felcher, worthless piece of shit, because he debates people, and you're totally incapable of it. You're too fucking scared to confront your friends.
My coverage, and if he didn't fucking agree with it, right, then he could talk to me about it. That's the last time we spoke. He's not said a single thing to me since, and apparently he's got all these issues with things that I've said. It's fucking deranged. It's fucking deranged, bro. It's totally ridiculous. I mean, what is going on? And apparently there's others that have got problems with me. I don't know if it's group chats. I don't know what it is. Maybe people venting. Maybe people shit-talking me. Whatever. And obviously, it puts me in a difficult position because I'm not a snake and I don't want to start leaking DMs. Unlike fucking TommyC, who decided to leak a bunch of Nicholas Diorio DMs over a fucking green M&M fucking woman or whatever it was, right? How many DMs have I leaked of any of the commentary guys? How many DMs have I leaked of anyone? How many times have I leaked DMs from any of the commentary guys? How many? How many? How many? Zero. Zero. The answer is zero. How many times in the future at this time am I planning to leak DMs? The answer is zero. I've got no plans to leak any DMs. And obviously when this fucking drunken, retarded, CT-riddled fucking veteran moron is sat there roping in other people into this, right? And is talking about what this person is saying or what that person is saying, it puts me in a difficult position because I don't want to start leaking DMs. I don't want to start leaking other people's DMs. I don't know what involvement other people have got in this. I don't want to leak DMs. But obviously if the people are characterising my interactions in certain ways, I just kind of have to eat shit, don't I? I just kind of have to eat shit.
I literally couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I was listening to this. I was supposed to be going to bed. I was like, dude, I need to try and get Chud to cover this, but there's no way he will. I'll be going to bed early. And then it's like, okay, no, I got to listen to the TommyC shit. I got to listen to the TommyC shit, you know. Aren't you British? Yes, but I stream at night. So I sleep from like... usually like 11 AM to like 7 PM or something.
Because then it's like, look, Chud's a snake and he's leaking DMs. But then I've just got to have my interactions mischaracterised. So what I'll say is this, okay? So what I'll say is this. I'm happy to have a conversation with people on stream if we've got a disagreement about something. I understand my community can be fucking obnoxious and shitters and annoying. And if they don't want to do that, I will offer to have a conversation privately, and I will even say that the other party can record it. That is the snakiness, apparently, that I've been participating in. Reaching out to someone and going, if you want to talk privately, we can do as well, and you can record it if you want. That is the fucking lengths of my snaky fucking behind-the-scenes interactions, directly to the person involved. Find me a single example of me, like, going ham on a third party and shit-talking someone privately. Where's that, then? Where, if I'm such a fucking snake... If I'm such a fucking snake...
No, I do sleep.
Where's that happening?
I won't usually stream... If I'm on, like... I can't remember the last time I streamed with less than 4 or 5 hours sleep, you know? I'm at least getting some sleep every time. Every day I'm getting some sleep, at least, okay? Usually 8 hours. Usually 8 hours. Chud will never address the internalized homophobia allegations. That's very true. That's very true.
Then. Where's that happening? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I am one of the least fucking snaky people out there. It's absurd. I don't leak fucking DMs. I'm not on other people's. And by the way, it's not like I don't speak to people that fucking, you know.
But how do I make
Thank
money
you.
off depressed people?
I feel really relaxed today, guys. ChudLogic every time when stream starts.
Thank you for the super chats. You know, obviously I've spoken to people who, you know, don't fuck, you know, not recently, but like over time, people that don't like, say, TommyC or other commentary people. And I never shit talk them. I never, you know, even when they say things that to me are a little bit like, you know, oh, I don't like them and da 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 da. I don't say anything and I don't shit talk them. I just say, yeah, they're my friend and that's the end of it. So I don't understand where this fucking narrative is coming from. That I'm some sort of fucking snake. Because I genuinely take efforts to not engage in snake-like behavior. So it's so fucking obnoxious that this fucking wretch can talk about how I'm some snake with no evidence, right? And then apparently that's just accepted by, well, I say people. I don't really see them as people. It's low IQ commentary viewers, right? Someone that thinks TommyC is the voice of reason, right? That fucking agree with this fucking analysis. It's fucking absurd. It's obscene. Show me the evidence. Where's the evidence of me being a snake? What have I done exactly? I certainly haven't leaked any fucking DMs, okay? I certainly haven't spoken behind people's backs to third parties. I certainly haven't talked shit about any of these people in group chats somewhere. So where is the snake-like behavior? Everything else is publicly on stream, or me reaching out to a concerned party, an individual, saying, hey, disagreement, we can talk, you can record if you want, on or off stream, up to you.
Okay, that's
what is snaky? Where's the snakiness? Where's the snakiness?
Guys, if you like this content
where's the
and find
snakiness?
it enjoyable, you should financially support Chud with donos so he has to content with the perverse incentive.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Guys, this is why.
Well, he's offering private calls in case people just, you know, don't feel comfortable having, like, you know, the hardcore disagreement because they might get flack for it. You know? I agree. I fuck doing private conversations. Like, I will have a private conversation with someone if it just comes up while we're offline, you know? Like, it's never a private conversation because, well, unless there's, like, some, you know, info that I like, need and is, like, super private or something, you know, obviously in a case like that. But when it comes to, like, arguing about something or disagreeing about something, yeah, fuck, like, planning a private call. If it comes up while we're offline, yeah, I might speak to someone about it while I'm offline. But broadly, it's like, well, why don't we just do it on a stream? Why don't we just make it content, you know?
Why? I didn't want to fucking get into this, right? I wanted to try and be nice about this and just fucking move on. But TommyC decided to have another fucking deranged meltdown so he can be right the 2 times out of 10 that he is, and then in months to come go, oh, I was right about that guy. Oh, Chud's had a minor disagreement with Nicholas Diorio in 6 months' time. Oh, looks like I was right about him. It's so fucking transparent what's going on here, dude. It's so fucking obvious, bro. It's so transparent. And again, I will speak to Tommy. Why is he fucking running from a conversation? What, is he some sort of fucking pussy? Is he some sort of fucking pussy, bro? He's not going to watch my video on stream, which, fair's fair. I didn't watch his video, okay? I do feel like I addressed all of his points. I do feel like I covered all of his fucking points, okay? But fair's fair, I didn't watch his video. He didn't watch mine, okay? But he's not going to watch my video. I'm now going to watch his fucking response here. And he's also not going to have a conversation. Why not? Because I said some mean things about you in a video, or you're a complete. I don't fucking know, dude. I didn't watch all of his fucking, you know, response to me, which we're about to watch now. I watched a few clips and a few bits and pieces, so I guess we'll find out.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
It's crazy a grown man can't pick up the phone and or come to you and say, hey, this is what's going on.
Okay,
Or
that's
this is
wonderful.
how I feel.
But how do I make
It's a
money
part of
off
being an
depressed
Yeah, I
people?
gotta speed up through some of this. I can't just sit here and listen to Chuds fucking super chats for 10 minutes.
We're 47 seconds in, so let's continue. Oh, one more thing before we get back into this, okay?
47 seconds in. Only an hour and a half to go, guys.
There is one point, okay? There is one aspect that I didn't respond to from his original video. I feel like I did a fairly decent job of addressing all of his points.
Thank
there
you,
is one
Plum, for
aspect that I
membership.
apparently missed, okay? I think it's going to come up here, so I guess we'll address it when we get to it. But, you know, I think even though I didn't watch it on stream, I did watch it off stream, and I feel like I did a pretty reasonable job of addressing all of his points that he made. So it's just quite funny that he's now sat here like...
Did this all start because Hellbent came to you to tell you Nick was banning people from his chat? Possibly. Possibly. Very possibly.
I'm not going to subject you... It's like, bro, it's so fucking pathetic, dude. I'm not going to subject you to the 50-minute video, but then he's also not going to have a conversation. So what is going on here then? What is the point of all of this?
These people cannot handle being challenged by people they feel are friends or owe them favors. You and Kuihman have said far worse about each other, lol.
Yeah, dude, bro, yes, I talk a lot of shit sometimes. It's fucking funny to me, right? Yes, there's, like I said, there's like a third serious, third banter, third Finny rage, right? There is a serious point in there. But I feel like it's getting taken way too seriously. And also, by the way, yeah, obviously, as I'm sure you can imagine, there was a bit of tension between me and Big Nick off the back of me fucking talking a bit of shit about him, okay? But we're fine! Me and Nicholas are totally fine. Like, maybe there's some tension, maybe he's fucking vented to someone. I don't really care about that. Whatever, you vent to people.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Right? But like,
how do I
there's no
make
issue there.
money off depressed people?
R&K TommyC.
You know, this is the problem. I don't want to get into fucking the nature of it behind the scenes conversations. We spoke briefly about an unrelated topic yesterday, very briefly. No issue at all. Nothing, no problem.
Wait, Finny Rage is a
Didn't even
real
fucking come
thing?
up. No issue.
He doesn't know?
So I don't really understand what this narrative is, that like, I'm some snake and I'm going to fuck over Nicholas Dioria. So fucking stupid, dude. It's like people are mad at me for something I might do on the basis of like no evidence. It's fucking absurd.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I watch absolutely everything on YouTube that I can, but I'm not going to watch his video so I can say I don't understand. Well,
I addressed the substance of his points in my response. And now I am going to watch the video. We will fucking address every point then. But I addressed the substance of what he was talking about, which we'll see if he does it here, I guess. But I've heard it's not particularly good.
solution, Chud. If you watch the video,
Which
you
okay.
might have understood.
I did watch the video. I watched it off stream. Go and watch my...
Chud is constantly getting super chats and you're not. Maybe you need to train under him and Dan in the synagogue dojo for how to get more money from your audience.
Thank you for the $3, Stitch Chemist. Huge appreciate. Thank you.
My fucking video and tell me that I didn't fucking address the points that were made.
But the problem with that is you might have had some uncomfortable questions. So I understand. So in truth, shot from the point, passion, and we're gonna be totally fair here. We're gonna pretend not to watch your video too. That's what we're gonna do. That's our plan. All right. So I don't know. I don't understand.
Bro, this is fucking obscene.
Wonderful.
I addressed the points that he made, every single one of his fucking retarded points.
Segfault celebrates 5 months of membership. Sad to see Tommy struggle so much.
Bro, this guy's fucking lost it, I'm telling you. It's deranged. It's totally fucking deranged. Thank you for the fucking membership. Dude, watch the video and tell me that I didn't watch it. The only point I didn't address was the stuff about the New Year stream. Okay, which we can get into and I can explain further. But it's fucking deranged and that stream is still being litigated today. And it's absolutely fucking obscene that apparently now, all of a sudden, Boblax's privacy is super fucking important. We gotta keep respect for it. Bro, Boblax has been raped from every conceivable angle of the fucking internet. And I'm the bad guy for bringing up in passing of this fucking dress picture. What the fuck, dude? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. It's fucking obscene, dude.
Hell, my wife and I say worse things to each other and about each other. It's easier
Thank
to have
you for the membership.
when you don't have alcohol-induced dementia.
Bro, it's fucking deranged, bro. Every motherfucker is leaking every single...
Wait, I think I've got it. I think this is it. Yeah, no, I've got it. 1 second. I've got the Finny Rage edit. I have the Finny Rage edit. It's coming in. 1 sec. Here we go. So good, man.
Detail of Bo Black's personal interactions with them, right? And I mention a dress picture on a stream and I'm some terrible person. It's fucking obscene, bro. Why are you getting upset about that, dude? What is this? Okay. Dude, we'll get to it. It's so absurd to act like Bo Black's privacy is some sort of prestigious thing that we must respect when his privacy has been run roughshod over.
I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm fucking losing it, dude.
By every single commentary person that he's associated with. It's fucking insane, dude. It's fucking obscene. And I wasn't even friends with Bo Black's. I had no fucking loyalty to Bo Black's ever. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to it.
I didn't watch. I was just like, oh my god. Like, where's this coming from? Want to know where it's coming from? Watch the video. But I promise you I won't do this either. I'm not going to pull the Eats and the San thing over and over again. Oh, watch my video. Watch my video. I don't give a damn if you watch this or not.
I did watch it, bro.
Clarify some things, and you know, they were cute.
I didn't want to watch it on stream because I knew I just have to fucking tear strips out of him because he's a fucking retard. But now we're gonna do it, I guess. I've been Kuihman mind raped into it. Okay, Kuihman has mind raped me into it. We're here now. We're doing it. We're doing it.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Trent became a member.
Thank you for the membership.
They were cute. They tried to do. They basically did everything I thought. And the fact that he's playing stupid, the playing stupid fence rider bit over and over again, didn't shock me all that much. And I'm going to show you why I don't like this guy, and I have even more reason not to trust him.
Brick and Blue became a member.
It's about, like, I don't trust that guy. I want nothing to do with him, right? I was right.
Okay, that's wonderful.
What?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Stardust TV became a member.
I also, dude, bro, I love the fact that he's mad at me saying I didn't watch the video. I did watch the video, and I addressed his points. And now what he's doing is he is characterizing my video whilst not watching it totally erroneously. That is not what I fucking said in my video. I addressed pretty much every single point that he made. The only thing I didn't substantively address because I didn't think of it because of the other points I was addressing was the New Year's stream. I addressed everything he fucking said in his video. Go and watch it if you don't believe me, bro.
So, if you're going to pretend not to know what's wrong by not watching the video, we're going to pretend we didn't watch the video. That's pretty much where we're going for it. Because you can avoid the we're blocking.
I didn't saw the
you can avoid the fact that you spilled on Bobax. We had everything on Bobax, and what a bad person.
What? You spilled on Bobax? I think you need to have a conversation with your fucking other commentary mates because they were spilling fucking tons of beans. I spilled a little fucking nugget, a single fucking baked bean, and I'm getting shit for it now. Bro, are you fucking serious? Who is
like shit is just constantly circulating behind the scenes as well. It's like so dumb. It's so dumb to pretend anyone was respecting Bolax's privacy. It's like absolutely ridiculous. It's like totally laughable. When these guys were were his friends, and they were sharing the shit around to like everyone, talking about it in all these fucking chats. Like talking about it to the point where J-Stalk was catching hints of it and shit like that. Because people are in fucking calls after streams and chatting shit and hearing different things from different people. It's just like, it's ridiculous. Like, no one was fucking being careful about this stuff whatsoever, man.
Taking this seriously, dude? Who is seriously taking this moral frogging over mentioning the Bo Black's dress picture in a stream seriously? There were dedicated streams, and by the way, it's fine. I fucking made content out of it because it was funny. I just don't understand why now we're super hardcore moral frogging about a fucking Bo Black's dress pic mention. It's fucking deranged, bro. What are we doing here, dude?
We didn't have to out him. You did it on purpose because your content suck. I mean, it wasn't enough for you.
Yeah, all the college Kakaku, okay?
Fans if it wasn't for you.
What? No, that's not me. What? No, what's that got to do with me, bro? A fucking random account found it and leaked it. It was nothing to do with me. So now I'm apparently fucking culpable for his fucking queer OnlyFans stuff leaking too. He did that himself. That was his own doing. He fucking showed his email and people put the pieces together and found the accounts. Bro, what is he on about?
It's totally irrelevant.
Who is taking this seriously? Who is genuinely listening to this and going, yeah, these are great points, actually. Yeah, it probably is true that Chud is somehow responsible for the Bo Blacks leaks. It's fucking absurd.
He's not to trust you. Hey, let me tell you something. My experience, you want to say, how are you able to predict everything? Look at the way people you trust treat people you don't like. That's a really, really good indicator on what you're in store for. You know? And by the way, apparently...
Wait, what was that?
I'll tell you something. My experience... You want to say, how are you able to predict everything? Look at the way people you trust treat people you don't like. That's a really, really good indicator on what you're in store for.
Well, okay, what does that even mean?
And by the way, apparently, this came as a bit of a shock to me, I'll admit. I'm not the only one that believes that you played stupid with Fast and Loose.
Even Kuihman agrees with me. Even Kuihman agrees with me.
What? I don't know. What?
This is awesome, man.
Nobody makes a video on him in his dress. I don't know. Okay, let me get this fixed real quick. Remember, he tried to do the same thing with Papa Gut, like he did to you. Yeah. Oh, did he do the definition game? I don't know. I heard I should really watch that, and I might do it. The whole Papa
Did not
Gut
do definition games with Papa Gut. Dude, Papa Gut is a total retard.
Here's Kuihman, everybody.
But if I were to totally still man it, I did say in the conversation with Bo Black,
Nando's is like okay. Nando's is okay. It gets like talked up. There was like a brief period where it was like a big, you know, meme thing, right? And people pretended like it was way better than it was, but it's kind of died off now. People rate it about where it should be. It's like it's like a decent chicken place. So if you want non-fried chicken, Nando's is like a great option that's usually available. You know.
I don't want to see you wearing the dress, and everyone made a big deal out of that. So maybe he assumed that Nick had said something about it. I don't know.
No. I think it's a reach because I think I explicitly told Chud it was private.
It was private. Yeah. So I think Chud was probably, deliberately leaking it, to be honest.
Oh. I've already spoken about this. My perspective.
I've never Deliveroo'd or anything. Nando's. Never done that. I had, I think one time, I think someone picked it up from the place. But I've almost always had it in the Nando's. You know. Do you know what I mean? I've been in the Nando's.
Perspective on this is that I didn't obviously know 100% that it was completely off the record secret.
What's the best option for fried chicken in the UK? It really depends where you are. There's loads of really good fried chicken places in London that are just like, you know, owned, just like I see them by whoever fucking works there. I mean, KFC is pretty good, right?
On a bit of an off chance, right? I didn't know one way or another 100%. And it turns out that wasn't public info. And it caused a funny moment on stream, which then I think led Aiden to draw a picture of Bo Black's in the dress. Why are people, why is this a serious point to address? Oh, Chuds, you mentioned the Bo Black's dress pic on the New Year's stream.
I like KFC.
After fucking everyone had gone to town, reaming him, publicising all of the fucking information about him that you could possibly imagine. Fucking every shred of DM possible leak. There was stuff that I didn't even cover that got fucking leaked to Bo Black's DMs. And I don't care. I don't give two fucks. It was funny content. Yeah, fuck Bo Black's. But now we got a fucking moral frog about me on an off-fucking-handed reference on a stream on New Year's.
Hey, Korean fried chicken's good. Korean fried chicken's good. That is true. But, I mean, there's not a lot of Korean fried chicken places, I'm going to be real. Usually, there are, like, Korean restaurants that will do fried chicken. Some places in some cities. But
fucking laugh when I brought it up. What? Who is taking this shit seriously? This is fucking obscene. This is fucking absurd, dude. That I've got to seriously be held to task for mentioning the fact that Bo Black was a massive queer. What are you on about, bro?
Yo, Vargas for the 5 gifted memberships. Hugely appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Vargas. Thank you. Hugely appreciate it. Thank you so much. That is actually great, man. I should actually do a shill. I don't have a shill stream. Guys, 573 people watching right now, 83 likes on stream. Some of those 490 people, wouldn't mind please moving their cursor a thumbs up and clicking it or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device. That would be huge appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through the stream elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel. Thank you, Quella, for the 5 gifted. Hugely appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Quella. Thank you. You can either buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat, buy a super chat, which will highlight your message and read out on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that will be highlighted in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Also, guys, huge push recently. First, you can watch on twitch.tv/Kuihman every day as well, by the way. A huge push for active engagement, okay? We're on a Discord, we're on a Reddit account, we're on a Twitter account. Okay, always be clipping. ABC, there's always be clipping guide on the subreddit. Always be clipping and post like hell, okay? Post like hell. Talk your shit, okay? Don't do anything stupid, obviously. Don't do anything stupid or embarrassing or, you know, lying or any silly stuff like that. But post like hell, okay? Editorialize, talk, clip, go crazy, okay? Not go crazy, but you know what I mean. Talk, be present, Post, I know you will go peacefully. I know you will post peacefully. Post like hell. but I know you will post peacefully. These are terrible, terrible people, and you must post like hell. But I know you will post peacefully. Okay.
Fucking ridiculous. And then guess what happened? Oh, of course. When it got leaked that Boblax was a deranged OnlyFans non-binary creator, of course everyone respected his privacy and didn't cover it. Oh no, that's not what happened, is it? Literally everyone spoke about it and mocked him. Everyone spoke about it and fucking mocked him relentlessly for a week. Right, okay. But I've got to feel bad about mentioning the dress picture in an offhanded fashion on a stream. You know, it's just fucking ridiculous, bro. Who is taking this seriously? This is fucking deranged. That he's acting like this is some big fucking point against me that I mentioned. What? How does this make me a fucking snake, dude? What loyalty do I owe to Boblax, dude? Especially after everyone has gone the fucking...
Burger King does kind of suck now. That's facts. Dude, underrated, okay? You know, always gets forgotten. Gets totally forgotten unfair. Yo, thank you for the $30.
Unleashing his Finny rage is an escalation in this sunk warfare.
Thank you. Thank you for the $30 toll. Huge appreciated. Thank you so much. Fast food places underappreciated. Okay? UK ninjas only know this. Wimpy. Okay? Wimpy. Super underrated place. It's cheaper than places like Five Guys or these, like, you know, kind of dickhead, like, you know, talked up burger restaurants. I don't mind the Five Guys once in a while. But Wimpy is a pretty, like, it's like a reliable, it's reliable as fuck. It's always good. The options are great. The options are just great. Like, you go to Burger King, maybe you go to Burger King, and you can have, like, a double bacon XL. Oh, that's pretty good. A double bacon XL, but used to be anyway. Used to be pretty good. A double bacon XL would be, like, pretty epic. That'd be, like, a pretty awesome burger. Wimpy, you go and you get the fucking burgers with, you get like a quarter pounder, and then the Bender sausage, and then get an egg. You can put an egg in it. You can put ketchup and shit in it. Put fucking burger sauce in it or whatever. Dude, it's like, you get fucking onions, all this shit. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Have you tried Burger King's gourmet burger range? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's just, and it just actually mogs like most other burgers at that point. It actually mogs like most other burgers. So, you know, that's the take. That's the take. Wimpy, giga underrated burger place.
Town on him and leaked all the DMs. Why am I expected to have this loyalty to Boblax when everyone else has already fucked him over 10 times over?
Wimpy isn't on the BDS list.
I knew
let's go. Let's go.
Why have I got any fucking... What do I owe to Boblax, bro?
I'm really adhering to the BDS
to
list.
not mention that.
Trust me.
You know? Like, Aiden is the one that told me about it, right? And I wasn't 100% one way or another whether it was publicly or not. So I thought it would be funny to bring it up regardless. And then obviously got shut down that was funny. And then fucking Aiden drew a picture of it as a laugh. All the people involved in this process thought it was funny and don't really care. But now, 6 months later, TommyC's upset about it. So I've got to fucking address it, apparently. It's fucking stupid, bro. What have I got to answer for? I will not be apologising for that. It doesn't make me a snake. And if you think so, you're a fucking retard. And if you disagree...
So check out the Bender sausage. Dude, are we redoing a Wimpy's detour? Are we doing a Wimpy's detour quickly? Is this just... Dude, he's just... It's just a bum with the Bender sausage. Is he for real right now? Well, this is the Bender sausage anyway. It's like almost like a hot dog. Like cut up, sort of, cut inwards and then turned around. And they put it on top of the burger. Cheese, onions... You can get it's sort of like it's like a diner type place. You can get like egg. You get an egg with it. Put the egg in the burger with the sausage and the quarter pounder, the onions. It's good. It's great. Okay. Thank you for the $10. Huge appreciated.
Kuihman, you know this is your fault, right? Also, are we literally taking Tommy seriously? He sounds stupid.
No, we're not taking Tommy. That's why we're doing a whole detour about Wimpy right now. Where's it's like I can't see someone eating a decent Wimpy. Their orders all look kind of ass. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Conversation about it. But oh wait, you're too much of a fucking gigantic pussy to have that fucking convo because you don't like me anymore and I'm a snake. It's fucking pathetic, dude. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Thank you for the super chats, guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Super big criticism.
There's some teeth to Tommy's criticism here now.
Oh, in more ways than one, my white knight friend. Yeah, so I'm not the only one that believes this. And by the way, this guy's going to take your audience. 100%. You don't have to worry about Nick not shouting you out. You don't have to worry about Willie being nice to you. He's going to take your audience because Kuihman is willing to do what Chud won't. Be completely...
Is this some sort of weird effort to put some sort of wedge between me and Kuihman?
You should be really scared, Chud. You should be really scared.
It feels like some sort of weird effort to put some wedge in there. I mean,
it just reveals how Tommy thinks about content creation. I don't think anyone else who does content creation is seriously concerned about someone stealing their audience. Like, if someone is literally just, like, hits your niche, but does it funnier, better, like, better in every way, basically. You know, imagine someone hits your niche, but does it better in every way, does it at the exact same time. Yeah, sure, they might steal your audience. But at that point, if there's someone that's better in every way and you can't figure out a way for yourself to market your content and still, you know, succeed, then you were probably kind of fucked anyway. Like, it's just a ridiculous idea that someone's just going to take someone's whole audience. It just doesn't happen like that. When's that ever happened?
What happens at the end of the day, right? And if people want to watch Kuihman and choose to not watch me anymore, I mean, that's up to them at the end of the day. But I don't really see it in this, like, super competitive way. You know, I raid Kuihman a lot. So I wish him every success. And obviously, if all of a sudden he started getting, like, more viewers than me, then yeah, I'd be like, oh, shit, that's a bit annoying. Because I've seen so many people fucking surpass me over the years. But I'm not really, you know, I'm not really worried that he's going to, like, usurp my audience. We're quite different content creators, I think. Despite the fact that
also, I've probably kind of hit saturation on Chud's audience right now, to be honest. Like, obviously being connected to Chud as he continues to grow is obviously going to be beneficial because there's some amount of runoff. But as far as Chud's audience, like, at the moment, it's pretty much, I'm probably at, like, saturation. I probably can't get much more out of it. But I stick around anyway because I'm not, like, fucking trying to destroy Chud's career. Because it's just like, you know, what's even the point? Like, there's no benefit to that. There's no benefit. We have a good relationship. We make good content when we collaborate, I think. So, well, why would you ever do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Both English. I don't really think that we've got a bit of crossover from time to time. But I think we've got quite different ways of doing streaming, you know?
Tommy is so irrelevant he making up drama. You don't even know the players involved, lol.
Thank you very much for the super chats. I don't really understand this effort. Like, okay, sure. I guess I'll keep a lookout for that. I don't know. I guess I'll keep my eyes open just in case Kuihman tries to fucking jab his hand into the back of my neck and suck my life force out. Or something. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Like, okay.
This is exactly how content creation works, guys. This is exactly how it works.
Dishonest, dubious fuck. Right out in the open. Like, completely out in the open.
I wish he would explain how I'm dishonest as well. Dude, that reminds me, actually, I argued with, this fucking idiot, Jessica Pizzle, on Twitter earlier. Let's show this. So, this silly, very, very, very stupid hag, Jessica Pizzle, who kicks around the commentary community. Apparently, she, like, was hospitalized after Nick Diorio was mean to her because it drove her so insane at one point or some shit. So, Jessica Pizzle here, this hag, basically was on Twitter. And she sounded off about me before, and I tried to get her to come on stream. And she said she would, and then she never showed up. But, you know, what are you gonna do? So this silly hag, Jessica Pizzle, so she was tweeting about me, and Hellbent sent this on my Discord, because she's a total shit stirrer. And it said this, okay? Let's read it. Let's have a look. My take on the Tommy v Chud v Kuihman-ish. Hey, I don't know who was asking for your take, Jessica, but go for it. I get why Tommy wouldn't want to jump in a live call with Kuihman. This was never the contention. Literally, nobody is saying Tommy needs to get into a call with me right now. No, I'm not even pushing for Tommy to come talk to me. He spoke to me a year ago. He's upset about that, okay? No one is trying to make Tommy get in a call with me. It's about Chud. So immediately, she doesn't understand what's going on. Who has been known to be bad faith. We'll come back to this. And claim assumptions as facts. No one should do that. And you make more money doing React video responses. I don't think Chud is a snake. especially when he's pretty upfront when he's being ultra fair or sweeping. Tommy is a conspiracy theorist, and you can always be right by making vague, he's going to snake you statements, and use some small things 6 months later as proof you were right. And Chud and Kuihman's audience are crazy, but so is Nick's. So that's, you know, she's got a bit of trauma there, I believe. IRT, I think she means in regards to, but I usually say WRT.
I used to hate you because of your contrarian points, but it's become something I've grown to enjoy. Now I get it. Just want to wish you a happy week.
Thank you for the $5. Hugely appreciated. Thank you for the $5. Listen, again, I have to, like, contest the contrarian framing, though. I'm not a contrarian, okay? As I understand you're saying it in quotation marks. It's not a contrarian. A contrarian is someone that says things simply because they go against what someone else is saying. I don't do that. I have beliefs, and I am more motivated to say something when I see those getting trampled on. When I see everyone disregarding something that I firmly believe in, that's when I'm going to be motivated to talk about it the most. Because it's why would I feel the need to stake, you know, like I get on stream and I virtue signal and scream about how right I am about something that everyone else agrees with me on. It's like, what are you achieving with that? It feels like, you know. But anyway, not the point. I understand you were just putting quotation marks. Thank you for the $5. Huge appreciated. I hate the framing. I hate the contrarian framing that people try and put on me. Anyway, don't worry. In regards to Korean part, this is a fucked interpretation, joke or not, to support. Especially knowing your audience and how far they will take it. What do you mean how far they will take it? What do my audience do? What does anyone do? Also, I'm not going to stop my jokes. I'm not going to, like, censor jokes. Again, this is like the retarded Ethan Klein thinking. The idea that I should not make a joke about someone. Which is, like, the fucking Kel shit. I might have said, like, I think the most I ever said about the retarded Kel edit was like, oh, this is very concerning stuff. It's like, it's obvious I'm fucking taking the piss out of the fact that it's a blatant edit. It's like, I'm not going to stop jokes like that. Because, yeah, there's some fucking retard who's going to go pretend it's serious and really get under Tommy's skin or something. Or convince someone else that Tommy's fucking a weirdo or something. I don't really care. I'm still going to make jokes. I'm not going to let that be changed by some fucking hag crying about the effects of my crazy audience with absolutely no backing. Anyway. Keep reading this. Completely bad faith. Who would you want to deal with directly when you can do it tangentially and, like, make lots of money instead? Tommy doesn't make lots of money. So, this is a federal rape tweet. This is basically just the clip of me saying, of me going over you know when Tommy says, look the other way. We thought it was fucked and looked the other way or whatever. It's that clip. And obviously, everyone read that as Tommy saying, Chud did something fucked up, and we all looked the other way. Because that's what that phrase means. And the way he constructed that sentence seemed to pretty clearly say that. Now, Tommy said in his response that's not what he meant. And that's fine. It would be an insane thing to say. So I'm willing to accept his clarification. But that is what he said. That is the meaning of what he said. So it's not bad faith by any stretch for me to read the statement he's giving as he's saying it. That's how it was constructed. That's what it meant. He misspoke. It's fine. I'll happily say Tommy didn't mean to say that. I don't think Tommy meant to say that. You know, from what I can see, seemed like he did. I've seen Tommy misspeak many times. You know, it wouldn't be the first. Would not be the first where he's used the wrong phrase or misspoke or whatever, or said something in a totally retarded way that means the opposite to what he intends it to mean. Would not be the first time. Totally willing to believe that. But the idea that it's bad faith to take the statement literally as he said it is ridiculous. That's, like, absurd. So I said, how is it bad faith? I looked the other way, thought it was fucked. Literally everyone read this statement the way I did. Because that's what the words mean. Please figure out what bad faith means, you daft hag. So Jessica Pizzle comes back here. Admitted to covering for child groomers as bad faith. I'm sure you knew that was the part I was referring to, but decided to pretend otherwise to create a fake argument. Yes, that's me reiterating the meaning of the statement. Looked the other way, thought it was fucked up. Please define bad faith in your own words. This is very concerning. So I'm, you know, at this point intentionally baiting with the definition games. Because it is just funny. These fucking retards say shit they just don't know. They literally don't know what they're saying 90% of the time. They're so fucking dumb. And we'll see this in a moment. Because you're claiming Tommy covers for child groomers based on that statement alone is completely bad faith. Taking a statement and inserting the most heinous interpretation you can is bad faith. So, absolute fucking idiot. This is how retard, felcher, deadbeat, Destiny uses the term bad faith a lot of the time. It means, you have a negative interpretation of me. That's not what it means, you fucking idiot. It doesn't mean when someone has a negative interpretation of you. It's when someone is deceptive or malicious and conceals their true intent or feelings in the conversation. It's like going in something saying, oh, I'm just here to have an open, honest dialogue. When really you're there to push some fucking, like, agenda. Right? It's like that sort of thing. That's bad faith. Pretending you're engaging in the conversation when you're really not. When you're really trying to do something else. Shit like that. That's what bad faith is. And so you could argue. So here's a way you could argue it's bad faith. You could argue that I don't truly believe that that's what Tommy was saying. And so I'm being bad faith when I claim that. But I do. I obviously do. Or I did, rather. Obviously, I have clarification now. But I obviously did think it was that. Everyone thought it was that. Everyone read it the same way. Because that's what the words mean. It's like, so dumb. Anyway. If I took your claim that Tommy covers for child groomers because of this statement about Chud, and said Kuihman admitted Chud is a child groomer, that's also bad faith. People can reach deep down and pull that interpretation. I said, it's not reaching deep down. That's literally what the statement means. You also don't know what bad faith is, by the way. Knew it, Lamau, and I post the thing. I post the Wikipedia here. Dishonest belief because you don't actually believe Tommy covers for child groomers unless you believe Chud is a child groomer. All of this. So this does not follow. This does not follow, and it obviously does not follow. Do you think I was claiming to believe Chud is a groomer, or do you think I was reading Tommy's statement as him saying I look the other way, it was fucked up with regard to inappropriate interaction with minors? I know this is a very hard question, so take your time. I did not get a response to this one. This did not get a response, okay? So she's still taking her time on this one, I believe. What's the Zach Galifianakis, you know, all the numbers coming up, the fucking card counting shit, whatever it is. That's Jessica Pizzle for the last 3 fucking hours since I posted this tweet. It's all coming together somehow. It's like, yeah, it's worryingly stupid. She's like worryingly dumb. Why are you engaged with Jessica Pizzle? Because there are just people that, like, always be talking about me. Like, all the time, I will just be sent, like, a tweet or a screenshot of a chat message or something like that. And they're just always yapping. And the idea that they feel so comfortable, like, talking with confidence. They like, talk with confidence about how wrong I am. And the shit they're saying is just so dumb and easy to unpick. But I just don't, because it's like, well, am I going to spend my time fighting with Jessica Pizzle on Twitter? Well, today I am. Just this one time. Yes, I am going to spend my time arguing with Jessica Pizzle on Twitter, actually. Just this one time. Just this once, okay?
Me? I would never bend over backwards for my friends, like TommyC does. Yeah, guilty.
Yeah. I'm trying not to address Kuihman's points in chat, because I don't want it to seem like, you know, Kuihman is still a little annoying Jewish debate pedophile, okay? Do not get it twisted, okay? Do not think that's changed, just to be clear. But you know, it's just true that a rising tide raises all ships. That's the way that I've always looked at it, right?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Cooley, did you know the P in POTUS stands for pedophile? JEDNKH.
Thank you for the super chat. And for me, at least, it's not something I really want to be like. You know, I don't want to replicate the Destiny model. I've been in the Destiny model and I don't like it much. Looking back on it, and I don't want to subject other people to that. So I don't want to create this like formal orbiter thing, and then like Kuihman's on my stream all the time. But like, if Kuihman's got like an issue or disagreement, and it's happened before, where he's messaged me and we've argued on stream about it. Isn't that novel, guys? Isn't that novel? You have a disagreement with someone and you talk about it on stream, and you have in sometimes very irritable conversation. Wow, shocking, I know. But yeah, I mean, obviously off the back of that, there's some people that then might like what Kuihman's got to say, and then some people from my audience will probably, you know, head over and watch him. And obviously I do raid him quite a lot. You know, I'm trying to spread it around a bit and raid some of the other shitters too, like, you know, dickers and stuff. Although that's not really fair to Kuihman. Kuihman's like got 300 odd viewers. But, or 400 viewers. Dickers is still at like 50. The rape and record.
What a shitter. What a fucking shitter that Dickers guy is, huh? What a fucking loser.
Come on, don't be fucking weird about it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I would rather off myself than watch Kuihman regularly. Don't worry, Chud.
Thank you for the super chats. But yeah, anyway, I mean, you know, it feels like this bizarre effort to put a wedge between me and Kuihman.
The Rising Tide thing doesn't make sense to me. People only have so many hours in a day. Yeah, but people will bounce between different streamers for different topics, and they the way social media works is the more people are collecting on a genre of content or a set of content, the more that gets pushed out, right? So if you're in a content creation space that has a lot of activity and a lot of viewers, you benefit from that, right? It's why being in like OTK or some shit like that is so beneficial. Those people don't switch over to this new streamer and everyone else loses viewers. No, they like have a snowball effect where there is continuous growth. Generally people, as long as no one there's like totally fucking useless and like has no selling point and shit like that, generally I feel like people increase from that. I get one ecosystem, direct competitors, but I mean, no one is it. Like, what's a direct competitor, right? Like, what is a direct competitor? And no one's really like a pure direct competitor. I mean, some people are obviously, but like, no one who makes it is really purely direct, being a direct competitor to anyone else. I think that's not what the DMs are like, Louis. That's not what it's like. That's not what it's like at all.
But I don't know. Like, I just don't really see it that way. You know, I'm not really that concerned about that. It's, yeah, if he supersedes me, if he absorbs me into his body mass, then so be it, I guess. But I guess I don't really see that happening. Anyway.
He would rather suck cock, I think he'd do it either way, than kiss the Oreo's ass for 200 viewers.
Dude, this was so great. He's like,
to be honest with you, I
think this guy would suck cock either way. And then he like goes on to describe the exact thing he's doing. Like kissing ass for 200 viewers. Is that where does he... Why does he pretend that's not the case? I don't understand why you'd even repeat this and pretend it's not the case when it's so obvious it is the case. You do kiss Dioreo's ass and you don't get any viewers. It's that simple. The point is that simple.
If I kissed Dioreo's ass, I could want a little more than 200 viewers. But hey, I mean,
bro, what was he on doing love phones yesterday? I think I saw him on like 57 or something, doing that love phones dog shit, getting romance advice from some degenerate alcoholic middle-aged man who's in a loveless gold digger marriage.
And by the way, Kuihman, I've never been rated by Dioreo, not once. Only Chud.
Bro, it is so bizarre how much this is about Kuihman. And also, I want to talk about something else as well while we're here, right? Okay. I want to get it very clear because some people seemingly are very retarded and don't seem to be able to understand it very well, okay? Obviously, Kuihman came from like predominantly my community, and particularly his early viewership were like I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's banter, okay? If you don't like it, it's banter, you motherfuckers. It's banter, right? It was the dregs of my audience that initially watched Kuihman, okay? And what's happened since then is Kuihman has built up an audience in his own right, and from what I can gather, at the moment they're stuffed full of fucking like lefties that love what he's saying about the Ethan Hassan stuff, right? Okay. And it's taken on like a very different direction.
That's totally true. That's totally true. There's only a few of them.
And I probably wasn't saying it in a way they would like anyway. Hey. So it's, you know, like it's like, yeah, sure. Early on, there was like more of a direct audience overlap. But I think as time has gone on, the audience overlap has changed. And he's got his own group of people that watch him. You know, some of which maybe are former viewers of mine that don't like me anymore for one reason or another. Or alternatively, people that he's found for his own coverage, things that I don't talk about, you know? So, you know, in any case, the point I'm making is that, yes, obviously I raid him a lot, and he's come from my community initially, but he is his own entity. Like, this should be quite simple to understand.
The big
right?
kick or keep
He is his
appearance
own
is my
entity
introduction to Kuihman. No way, dude.
with his own takes, his own perspectives, and we've even disagreed on things. Fairly recently, we disagreed on the Daniel Green stuff, for example. We've had different takes on things like that. And just because he's got a take on something, it doesn't mean that I'm then responsible for it. It doesn't mean that, you know, I have to answer for that. If you've got a problem with what Kuihman's saying, speak to Kuihman. Take an issue with my
I was on kick
perspective
twice.
talk to me.
Okay, I was on kick
But
twice.
there's this very bizarre thing where it's like, you know, apparently I'm on the hook for things that Kuihman has said and done. It's,
Where's the kick? What is it? Oh, let me if I think it's this one.
They pay me to go screaming it for me.
You owned him. There we go. Look. There I am. There I am with Gokanaru, Food Shops, Boogie, Krontos, Destiny. Is this the trucker guy or whatever? Sam Pepper, Vegan Gains.
it's fucking ridiculous. He's a different person. He's nothing. It's not me. Like, what are we doing here, dude? It's fucking ridiculous.
I came, what was it? It was like tied second or third something. Me and Turkey Tom went out on the same round. It was like this. Me and Turkey Tom went out on the second to last round at the same time. And then it was Gokanaru versus Vegan Gains in the end, I believe. And Gokanaru won.
Did it. So, well, let's get to the heart of this thing.
I think you have.
What? Yeah.
I think you have.
Been rated by Nick?
Yeah, I think you have. Like, he's like saying his viewers.
Their times are so different.
Yes, the one downside of this, the tragic downside, is that we've had about...
But I did get the raid. That was it. I did get the raid, though. No one else was live wanting the raid. And I got the Destiny kick raid.
With Chud, with like turnover, with like new people coming in, we've probably lost about 60 or 70 subs off the back of this little beef, I would say. So unfortunately, we're back under 50k, which is very unfortunate.
The E-rape raid.
Our times are so dramatic.
Let's go.
If I was rated, it was a long time ago. You know,
Welcome to the Orbiters Club.
3,000 Nick. But look,
no, you didn't get that.
No, I never got. I don't know if I got rated by him now, it'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, whatever. The other thing, and these
it's like being on the Epstein list.
Sure. Things you didn't talk about. This was very important.
Great, great. Let's talk about it now. If I missed stuff, which wasn't intentional, I didn't miss anything intentionally. It was, you know, just. I mean, I should have taken notes. That's the takeaway. I should have taken notes watching his video, but I didn't. But I did address the majority of his key points. But we can address them now. The only substantive point that I feel like I missed was the commentary about the New Year's stream. Because, of course, what we really need, guys, what we really could do with is more commentary about that New Year's stream. Am I right? I mean, come on. It's, you know, that is one of the least discussed streams of all time.
True. Very under-analyzed, that stream.
Knowing damn well, Tommy was already moving away from it. He was in a tough spot. He couldn't say anything about Destiny or throw him under the bus until the story officially broke.
Okay.
To protect the...
So I hate this bullshit of... Oh, I can't say anything about Destiny until the story broke. No, all of these guys should have never avowed Destiny in the first place if they hold the principles they claim to. Like, you fucking say, like, watch any Turkey Tom video and see the shit he calls out compared to all of his Destiny shit where he's just, like, throating this guy. Like, it's ridiculous. It's totally fucking absurd. Like, just look at any of Destiny's history. It's not even about the Pixie and Cherry and all that stuff. It's just, like, a matter of... like, everything he's ever done flies totally in the face of what these people say. They just totally compromise their morals because, well, fundamentally, this is what it is. Okay, here's what happened. It's similar to what's happening with Ethan Klein, I think, here. Destiny raped Nick, Bowblacks, and Tommy in a debate all at once on the Bad Bunny and all that shit. Totally dumpstered them, and the debate aged terribly. They coped about it for a bit. They all respect strength, and they respect people who scalp and own people online and take people out and can control the narrative. They all respect that. They are inherently drawn to that. So they just started having this, like, admiration of Destiny after getting fucking, you know, buck broken. They get buck broken, and they're forced to show fealty. And that lasted for years, and they respected that. They respected that power. And they agreed probably with a lot of the baseline political takes, like, you know, they're probably all, you know, liberal, like they're young people that had like free speech principles and stuff like that. So they probably respected the political takes too. And they respect the fact that he owned people and he owned them. And so that just built up over time. A lot of the enemies that they had were the same enemies that Destiny had. And so it's just over time, it's like, oh, well, this guy's so cool, this guy's so cool, this guy gets everything, this guy's awesome. And that's just the way they viewed him. And it's like that's you know, not a fucking huge sellout thing. It's not like, wow, you did this all for money. It's just like, yeah, that's how I think the reasoning works in their head. It's like, obviously you have constant biases that you if you're not checking, can completely overrun you, and those, it seemed like basically their bias, their like for him, sort of overrun their usual principles, or they just don't believe anything they say it for the videos. Who knows? I don't think that's the case personally, but if it leaves a possibility open, I guess. I think some of the stuff Tom definitely doesn't believe. I think all the anti-degeneracy stuff, I think Tom's capping about. I can't lie. I can't lie. I don't know how you fuck around with Destiny for so long and claim to be like super against like sexual degeneracy. I think that's like a defense mechanism. Not even a sellout thing, just like an I want to appear normal type thing, you know. It's like, guys, see, look, I'm a normal person. I would never do anything sexually degenerate. Did he date the dog girl? I think he dated the dog girl, did he? Self-admitted bisexual Turkey Tom, that's the one. But yeah, so it's not even about like, it's not even necessarily about like the pixie stuff. It's obvious they, you know, that there was some bias there, whether it's due to the audience or due to respect or whatever. Probably a mix of a bunch of different factors, I'd imagine. It's pretty blatant there was some bias there, and Chud was totally right to press Tom on that. That's totally a reasonable thing to press people on. I've pressed these guys on that shit before. That's one of my conversations with Tom. I keep seeing people as well. I've seen multiple people now say, I blindsided to when the Pixie stuff dropped. I went on Tom's stream and blindsided him with debate points or something. Because I called into Tom's stream. People were obviously saying he swept for Destiny and shit like that. That was a claim that was being made because of the Sunday video, right? Because they like implicated Nick and Tom and all these people, and it just come out. People were saying he swept for Destiny. So to give voice to some of those issues, I went on Tom's stream and said and gave my arguments where I thought Tom had maybe compromised his principles or where he was wrong. As part of that, I brought up a couple of things in the Mr. Girl documentary that he made, where he sort of he erroneously accused Mr. Girl of posting revenge porn, which was not true, and he totally skipped over the Destiny report and basically said, "Oh, there's nothing I need to know from this," but then totally accepts the Sunday video. And the point I was getting across to him is like, look, everything was here before. You could have, you know, we could have known this. And it just seems like you don't really care to look into any of it. You just, you know, you're sort of playing what's safe. And if you want to call that blindsiding, I mean, I don't think that's blindsiding because he invited me on stream to have that conversation. And before I brought up anything about his videos, I told him I was going to do that. I was like, oh, got a few points about this video if you're okay going over that. It's like ridiculous. It's absurd to say I totally blindsided him and fucked him over. No, he brought me on stream, you know. I've spoken to Tom maybe, what, 3 or 4 times, I think. So it's not like he had no idea who I was. I think it was the last time I spoke to him, to be honest. So I think I'd spoken to him like 3 or 4 times before that. So it's not like he had no idea who I was or the type of arguments I have or the perspective I have or anything like that. There was no blindsiding. It's fucking ridiculous. But I keep seeing people say this. That I totally blindsided and snaked Tom.
You guys are always clutching about.
Bro, that's complete bullshit. That's bogus. That's totally fucking bogus. Thank you for the super chat. In that stream, I was cautious to only reference publicly available information to avoid that exact issue. It was still early days, and I don't know how much Tom knew at that,
The idea
right?
of novel perspectives, respectfully disagreeing and perhaps even sentience itself seems foreign to old Tommy. Did you see Willie Mac commented?
Thank you for the super chat. So I, you know, intentionally worked around private information that wasn't public to avoid that. And at that time, I'd only given the bare bones initial information to Nick, and there wasn't any evidence. It was literally just the bare bones, letting him know that something's coming down the pipe, so I got wind of it, right? That was it. Now, with the DGG stuff, the reason that I was pressing Tom, and somewhat Nicholas too, but more so Tom, is because, again, there'd been public posts talking about Tom moving away from Destiny's community. And people, you know, people were acting like, oh no, oh, yeah, well, it's only if you're crazy like Mr. Girl or Lav that you really get gone after by Destiny's community. And I knew that I was thinking, hang on a minute, like, look at how they're treating Tom. Now he's decided to back off from some of this shit coming forward. And that was the point I was making. I felt like I was, you know, I felt like there was a, you know, a stench of piss on my boots, so to speak. And so I was just having a disagreement, conversation on stream. Dude, what is this absolutely deranged take that we've got now? That disagreement and pressing and having a fucking argument about something is some sort of snaky behavior, particularly when I went out of my way to make sure I didn't reference any privately available information. You know? And I, as far as I'm aware, hadn't spoken to Tom about this stuff. I was just questioning him a bit and pushing him a bit because I felt like he was downplaying how fucking deranged Destiny's community could be. And I knew, from having gone through it myself, you know, when I left Destiny's orbit back in, what, 2023? So, like, I just don't understand. What is the problem with this? What is the issue exactly? I don't know, bro. I mean, Tom, as far as I understand, is off doing his own thing now. I've not spoken to Tom for a few months. I've got no issue with Tom. If Tom has got an issue with me, right? Fine, we can talk about it if he wants to, but I don't think he cares. I don't think he's beyond it. I think he's past it. I don't think he fucking bothers and involves himself with all of this fucking business anymore. So it's whatever to me. But it just feels like he's kind of roping in these people. And it's like, as far as I know, there's no issue there, but he's acting like there's some big problem with me having like a public disagreement and pushing him on some things on a stream. Like what?
Yeah, I honestly, I
like,
genuinely, I think, honestly, I would say a certain extent, but to a significant extent, I genuinely think Tommy is fueled by like this weird, like, political anxiety, right? It's like, there is this weird, especially when he talks about how Chud plays team sports in his politics coverage at the end. There's this weird undercurrent of just like seething that Chud maybe is like a kind of a lefty still. The people might think Tommy's embarrassing for his political views. That's the other thing. He's very insecure as well. He's very insecure about giving his like political opinions, and it's very clear he hasn't really challenged on them. He holds them very emotionally. There isn't a lot of thought. A lot of emotion does go into them though. It's like it occupies a lot of his mind.
Why is TommyC acting like such a fucking pussy? Like some sort of disagreement on stream is some sort of crime against humanity, bro. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't get it. Oh, hey, DK. The hashtag #RTommyC has been making the rounds of the comments. Thoughts? I disavow, obviously. I disavow, of course. I disavow. Can anyone point... Okay. Rather than just vaguely gesture towards it being snaky in some way, what did I actually say or do that was wrong at any point in any of this? What have I actually said that's incorrect or wrong? The point I was making was that I felt like there was a downplaying of how fucking insane and retarded Destiny's community could be, which I think I've been pretty reasonably proven right about, which I knew about already because of the fucking Orbit shit from before. So what was I wrong about there?
I really like when Tommy said there was a threat against his livelihood and there was potential video on the green M&M situation. Dude, it's so crazy. He's like such a... I can't even put it into words, man. It's like so embarrassing. Like, if you're friends with someone and you can't... Like, imagine... Okay, so Nick says to him, dude, Tommy, you're totally spurging out. I'm making a video on this green M&M shit. That's a threat on my livelihood. That's a threat on my livelihood. Dude, how's that a threat on your livelihood that someone's going to make a video making fun of you for a stupid take? That's a threat on your livelihood. Your livelihood is going to disappear if someone makes a video on you laughing at you for a silly take on the green M&M. Your livelihood is going to disappear. What? What sort of house of cards have you stacked your career on? Like, how fragile is the situation that your livelihood could be ripped away from you if you have the wrong take about the green M&M? You should be able to take that from one of your friends. You should be able to take being mocked for your opinion on the green M&M from one of your friends, to be honest, Tommy. You should be able to stomach that. You should be able to stand that.
What else is there? The Bo Black stuff. Apparently I'm supposed to feel bad for mentioning that Bo Black's is a picture of him wearing a dress floating about.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Like, what? I don't get it, bro. It's absurd to me. It's totally absurd, bro. Thank you for the super chats. And the thing that's so frustrating about this is TommyC is now refusing to talk to me. And this is why I don't want to do this as well, because it's going to just end up in this fucking response battle. And I don't want to do it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'd rather just have a fucking combo and get it done. What is the fucking gay shit? Oh, I can't talk to him though. Pathetic.
You know, the girl you really don't care about any more than I do. Yeah, that girl. Oh, Destiny, how could you do this? How could you record somebody without their consent? Must be rape. Yeah, that helps too. You know, oh, by the way, all the rape victims...
They stopped the green M&M being sexy or something, man. I can't remember where it was. What? This...
M&Ms were pushing intolerance, but they've been changed. You're seeing the changes right now on your screen. The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Why the change? Well, according to M&M's, quote, we all win when we see more women in leading roles, because leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes. The frumpier, the better. That's the rule. The other big change is that the brown M&M has, quote, transitioned from high stilettos to lower block heels. Also less sexy. That's progress. M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off.
So true, Tucker. So true. Now talk about Lola Bunny. Now talk about what they fucking did to my Lola Bunny.
Meanwhile, in a nod to the burgeoning wellness movement, the orange M&M will, quote, acknowledge and embrace his anxiety. And actually, if you look at him, the orange M&M does appear very anxious. Maybe he doesn't like all the ugly new shoes he sees around him. Maybe he liked the sexy boots. Maybe the orange M&M is a secret sexist himself.
Dude.
I'd like to give you a big thank you. Oh, and pedo victims too. Because Kuihman and Chud and the rest of these guys...
You actually don't need to interact with real people.
Thank you very much. All these guys have done those people no favors at all.
It's always hard
Dude, I'm a permanent part of SFTP.
Am I supposed to care about rape and pedo victims now? What the fuck's going on?
Truth behind hard allegations, but his convenient...
Bro, how is he talking about Kuihman so much in this, dude? Kuihman has literally mind-raped TommyC. That fucking stupid gay up that he did, which I said was dumb and stupid at the time. Apparently it worked. And now he's totally fixated on fucking Kuihman at every turn in this fucking segment.
Guys, I'm going to talk about my coffee, okay?
The explicit Boplugs allegation was telling.
Yeah, of course. 6 months went by. 6 months. And keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind about the Bobax allegation. Everybody thought enough was enough. It wasn't enough for Chuds to be the biggest...
Kuihman is exposing the deep state commentary cabal. Hopefully Chud, our man on the inside, weathers the storm, standing back and standing by.
Thank you for the $10. Hugely appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Stream of the year, a New Year's stream with Turkey Tom, a New Year's stream with Augie, a New Year's stream with... That's golden. That's a big opportunity. And I guess he needed more content. He's probably...
Sorry, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit there and just play video games the whole time and have no fucking disagreements and no arguments? Okay, can we be realistic? Can we be fucking realistic for a second? Okay? What are the main pieces of content that came out of that stream? And why did they come out? I don't want to suck my own cock over it, bro. Right? But me being disagreeable and arguing and debating led to strands of drama that came to fruit, like, well, within January even. Why are we acting like I'm some terrible person for having a bit of fucking backwards and forwards of disagreement and arguing? I don't get it. It's so ridiculous, bro. Does anyone have a problem with this? I don't think Nicholas has got a problem with it, as far as I understand. Does Tom have a problem with it? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. I'm not saying I'm a content god. I'm just saying how absurd it is to act like I've got to be some like, oh, guys, thank you for bringing me on the stream. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm just going to sit here and play video games and not talk about anything that's controversial. Or, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Yes. Listen, if I'm never invited on one of these streams again, so be it. If people don't fucking like me anymore, whatever. But I'm always going to come and have a fucking laugh, have a bit of banter, and fucking talk about some topics that maybe people don't exactly want to talk about, and fucking, you know, provoke a bit of conversation about it. What's the problem?
Okay, that's
what's
wonderful.
the issue?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chats. I'll set the... Yeah, I need to... You go. Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't wait. I couldn't believe it took as long as we can.
Guys, 100k people enjoyed that stream, but we forgot to ask if TommyC felt betrayed by it. Dude, the other thing about it as well is I'm not worried about if people think, you know, I'm wrong on something, right? Because I spoke to Turkey Tom about, like, a topic. I think it was about... I can't remember. About doing something for money. I think it was about whether you do content for money or not. And I think there was many people that thought, oh, I came off worse than that, or I look worse than that. And that's the risk that you run, is you have a conversation, you have a certain position, the other bigger person disagrees, and you end up looking bad. Or the other person disagrees and they make better arguments and you look bad. I mean, this is the way it goes. That's the risk you run sometimes. You have like a live conversation.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Is you might end up looking wrong, and that's fine. That's the way it goes. It's a fucking internet debate at the end of the day. But without that,
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Like,
off
where's the
depressed
content?
people?
Chud, I'm so indignant that you did this. By the way, what did you do exactly?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Thank you for the super chats,
Hi,
guys.
Chud. I'm glad you escaped the attic. Now you are straight into a new attic. Hashtag wow.
We'll look at some of the attic memes before we get into the pirate software stuff.
Okay,
You
that's
probably
wonderful.
couldn't.
But
You
how
probably
do I
couldn't
make
believe it.
money
And
off
then
depressed people?
You are forgetting that Tommy has no real friends and constantly talks about it. He doesn't know what friends are like.
Well, the thing is, when you go to the bar, right, you might have a bit of a terse disagreement about something, and then it's fine afterwards. And it was fine. As far as I understand it, every single person that was on that stream was totally fine. I've spoken to them since, and I think I've even spoken to Tom since, and I don't think there's any concern raised or any issue. But TommyC had an issue with it apparently. Never said anything until now though, publicly at least, as far as I know. But now as part of his fucking bottled up seething about me,
The
he's, like,
DNC
unleashing it onto the
ousted
world.
David Hogg.
It's the same
Wait,
thing with
over
Leak
what?
because nobody likes Bobacks. So that's the one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under.
Okay, and why did no one like Boblacks? Because people had fucking leaked everything about the guy. Why are we so precious about Boblacks' fucking privacy, dude? Like, listen, I'm not trying to rope other people into this, okay? Right? I genuinely do not want to start fucking going at other people with this. So I'm going to state this as calmly as I can, right? Nicholas Diorio leaked significant DMs between him and Boblacks, which was fine, by the way. I covered it. It was funny. It was hilarious. It was great content. But apparently, I'm the bad guy because I mentioned a fucking dress pic on a stream. It doesn't make any sense, dude. You got one person over here just releasing reams and reams of DMs. Boom, 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 boom. And me over here going, oh, apparently there's a picture of him in a dress. Oh, what a snake. I can't believe he's done that. Just because everyone hates Boblacks. Yeah, because he'd already been fucking leaked into the dirt already. It's fucking absurd, dude.
He's probably, God, I can't wait. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, David Hogg's the guy who was from the... Which school shooting was it? Is it fucking... Marjorie Stoneman High School? Marjorie Stoneman something high school? Right? Was it that one? Stoneman Douglas.
He probably couldn't believe it. And then, it's a safe thing to leak because nobody likes Bobacks. So that's one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under pressure. You knew damn well his situation. And
Nick leaked DMs to prove Boblacks wrong. Okay. I'm sure Nicholas would agree with this. Nicholas was gratuitous in the amount of information that he leaked, and he didn't need to leak all of it. Like, what is this fucking cope, dude? Yeah, every single thing that was leaked was just to prove him wrong. Come on, dude. Be fucking realistic, dude. Dude, Kuihman literally... Dude, see, this is why Kuihman is my... What's the character from fucking Running Man? Quaid. Bro, it's ridiculous. I don't want to fucking rope other people into this, right? I'm fairly certain that Nicholas would agree that some of it was gratuitous and it wasn't all just to prove a lie. He wanted to fucking nuke the guy, okay? This absurd double like, oh, well, he was doing it for this reason, you're doing it for that reason. First of all, I disagree that there's a significant difference in the reason for doing it. And secondly, why do you fucking care, you fucking complete F-slur? Acting like Boblacks' privacy is some sort of privileged thing when he'd already been leaked into the dirt. And on top of that as well, I was never really friends with him. I knew him, and I was on streams with him, but I certainly didn't fucking owe him anything.
Yeah, it's just... Nick obviously wanted a reason to talk about the fucking Boback stuff, because it was funny. It's funny. It's fine to want a reason to fucking talk about this shit. But absolutely was looking for a reason.
Absolutely ridiculous. Acting like I did some terrible thing by saying, well, I can't remember what did I say? What did I even say?
How do I make money off depressed people?
Tommy
I can't remember what I said.
Defend him when he was being hassled by Kuihman's apes. Felt betrayed and is now looking for evidence to validate his snake emoji theory.
Thank you for the super chat. Can someone link me the timestamp so we can see what I actually said on the stream?
And you kept pressing him. You all can go back and watch it, and you can see, knowing damn well Turkey Tom couldn't run his mouth and had to keep the rouge up at Destiny, so he didn't get tipped off.
You were definitely... Okay, you guys are so fucking pathetic. It's unbelievable. It's called fucking showmanship, bro. It's called being an entertainer. Something fucking TommyC needs to learn something about, clearly, because his viewership is in the fucking doldrums. Okay, and it's been for years at this point, right? It's called being an entertainer, yes. I didn't know one way or another, but I took a chance and made a fucking funny segment out of it. What's the problem?
Apologize to this Boback's individual.
Thank you for the super chats. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's fucking ridiculous. You're so gay for doing that, Chud. Bro, you fucking... This is what I mean by the low IQ commentary viewers, okay? They get fed a fucking narrative and they've got to find a way to still make it stick. There is no narrative there. There is no narrative there, dude. There is no narrative there. Who fucking cares about Boblacks being leaked?
That was the lousiest thing to do. What? What is he angry about? It came out of left field. Watch the video. It's just that simple. Watch the video. Very, very simple. But now I'm going to get into why I really can't stand this guy. And this is one small example that I bet you've run into before. I'll give you you see this all the time. He's talking out both sides of his mouth, saying something's good and bad in the same sentence. This is my personal favorite. Thanks, Willie Mack, because he reminded me of this.
Belief. But it's unquestionable. There was absolutely this, if you want to call it networking, that occurred.
And she told me. Crazy how that works.
Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong.
Okay, yeah, we'll bring up the Willie response to this stuff as well in a minute.
You may wanna... Here, so Yami Prism asked, why not just call Chud offline and talk about it?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. For all the, all right, first, for those other two reasons, he's not dishonest. And then we'll get to that. That'll be covered. I promise.
And then another one was, Kuihman has nothing to do with Bobby or Tom. What are you talking about?
I didn't bring up Kuihman as far as I just brought up Kuihman in the context of he agrees with me. I didn't say they had anything to do with Bobby or Tom. I'm talking about Chud here, not Kuihman. We'll get to that too. How about that? I gained more respect for Kuihman. If you want to know what Chud's thinking, just ask Kuihman. Kuihman just has the balls to say it. Kuihman wants to get on the Hassan side or whatever side that. I don't know what he's trying.
So he is making the argument that me and Kuihman are like I joked about this in my video. He's making the argument that me and Kuihman are like the same person, essentially. He is so mind-raped by Kuihman. It is unreal how some little Jewish debate pedophile twink has totally got in this guy's head. I really don't understand this at all, because, I mean, obviously there's some stuff I agree with Kuihman on. So yeah, we'd obviously have the same take on some topics. But there's also topics we disagree on. Dude, it was fucking annoying. When I was covering the Daniel Green stuff, right? There were people that had obviously seen Kuihman's coverage and were so bothered about what Kuihman had said.
It was just gay old man talking about twinks.
What
does that mean? I don't even know what it means.
We spoke about it at one point, I think. Me and Kuihman had a chat about it. But it's not like we have the same take on every topic. Like, we have disagreements about things and different takes. And we cover different, we cover different matters too. We cover different, stream topics too.
Don't you watch gay porn with that fat
Canadian? I don't really get this idea that you can just go and ask Queen, I mean, it just feels like more of this effort. Yeah, we talked about stop killing games. He was particularly irritating in that conversation. And that's another point as well. Me and Kuihman had a pretty fucking, raucous debate about that. And that was the end of it. That was it. It didn't matter after that. Literally the next day, I don't think it even fucking came up or anything. So it's like you can have disagreements on the internet without it being like some sort of crazy falling out issue. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's see what his big evidence is that I'm, whatever he's trying to say here.
To do, but that's what he wants. Chud doesn't have the balls. But in order to do that, you gotta bring Nick down a peg. And he's balancing. And we'll show the balancing act in a second. Let me get, Willie sent me this video. This is really good.
Oh, so Willie's got a problem with me, apparently. Okay, that's interesting.
Chud's just totally wrong about stop killing games in the exact same way Parry is. It's also very funny because both of those takes, so there was the, what was it? It was the Daniel Green thing and the stop killing games thing. So let's evaluate where we are with those, okay? What was my take on those? Daniel Green's responses weren't actually dispositive of the allegations. They did expose inconsistencies in Naomi's story and potentially lies, and she even seemed to show dishonesty herself. But they were not. That he didn't actually successfully debunk the allegations that were being made against him, despite people pretending like he did. He postured about a defamation lawsuit, saying that he was going to sue her. Where is that? Where is that? Was her retracting just enough? Was her retracting just enough? Took down the videos, even though they were up for like over a week. I think she republished shit as well. He's just not pursuing it, I guess. And I said it was a 60-40 chance. I said it was 60-40. I said 60% I leant towards her, 40% I lean towards him. That's what I said. And you can go back and you can look at the coverage. And that's what I said the whole time. Not a single thing rewritten there. That is absolutely, that was what my position was. And you can go back and look at it. You can go back and look at it. What was the other one? Stop killing games. That was it. Stop killing games is a retarded, vague campaign that people defend by saying, well, the point is it's vague. It doesn't have to be specific. But by being unspecific, it failed to garner significant support because it just comes off like a bunch of retarded, dipshit Reddit gamers crying that, oh, we want to be able to play games forever. And that's how it comes off. And that's how everyone saw it who isn't totally compromised. Who isn't like, not totally compromised, but isn't like fucking stars in their eyes like, oh my god, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. This Ross guy knows what he's talking about. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, Reddit. You know, naive, whatever. Anyone could have seen that. You know what is changing the games industry right now? Specific legal challenges in court. People, you know, challenging these companies in court in the EU. That's what's actually making changes to the games industry right now. And the campaign has gone nowhere. So the whole point of the initiative is to get people to like sign on to it and say, this is a good idea. And it totally failed. So objectively, it was a terrible campaign because it flopped and didn't do anything. So just by measuring the outcome, it sucked shit. And the premise was fucking retarded. I understand people want game preservation. I want game preservation. But just screaming, I want game preservation. I want game preservation. Doesn't fucking do anything.
So Willie's got an issue with me.
And that's what that initiative was. It is just going, EU, we want game preservation. So, okay. Okay.
Want to come to me and say, hey, Chud, I've got an issue with you. Right, okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting.
I can't stand him.
How that works. Has Willie Mac ever received any funding or payment from Destiny, Dan
Game
Saltman,
preservation is the idea that after a game becomes, reaches the end of its service, like if it's like an online game or whatever that requires you to sign in, there is a preserved form of it that is always accessible for people who paid to access it or whatever.
anyone else associated with
So the guy is accusing him of being compromised, and Chud will dismiss it.
Omni Liberal Studios? That's Destiny's media company.
The crew.
This is fucking stupid, man. Like, this is the problem. Is like,
the crew, which they were all totally wrong about, and they all kept saying things that were totally incorrect. And every time you talk to someone about this, you have to walk them through. Well, no, you don't understand. Actually, on the box of the crew, if you looked on the back, it actually said that it was a live service game that the servers had to be online for, and that they ensured a certain amount of time, like 2 years of service. But after that, they could cancel it with a certain amount of warning. And they made it clear you weren't actually buying the game. It's just a license to play the game. That's all made clear if you read the box. You have to walk them through this every time. It's like, okay, so do you want software licenses outlawed? What do we want to happen here? Why can someone not buy a piece of software on a license for a temporary? And it's just like absolutely the most nightmarish picking through. And then they just default to, well, I don't have to figure any of this out. That's the point of the initiative.
Made there, but these, like, you know, these videos go overboard and go to these kind of like conspiracies that there's money changing hands and stuff like that. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. But what you want about money changing hands? That's ridiculous. But yes, there is. You're onto something. But you're going.
What are you up to? It's the same fucking shit over and over again.
What? Damn, Chud is so snaky. Look at this comment he made in a public video that came out, what, a month ago or something, was it? Yeah, like a month ago. What did I say that was that crazy? There. I can't even remember exactly what I said. Well, let's hear the rest of it and see.
He's on both sides of every issue. I don't know how anybody guys can listen to him other than maybe he's entertaining or funny, because there's a point to be made there, and we're going to see this a lot because this goes to the heart of both Kuihman and Chud. They don't criticize, they attack your credibility. And that's a credibility attack. Look, if you say there's a point to be made there, you simply, maybe he doesn't want to cause drama, like the excuse he gave for Nick, you simply say that point. But he doesn't do that. That's what I can't stand about him. I made a statement that a lot of people that were demanding.
But what was my point? I can't remember what my point was here. But I'm guessing it's to do with my, talking about.
Yeah, literally, that's the point I always used to bring up, Orange Banana. It's like, let's save the McRib, guys. We need to save the McRib. It's like, it's so dumb.
Because I think I commented on the fact that there'd been some times they'd worked together and had been to his house, and whilst money hadn't changed hands, there was clearly like a, relationship there, right? I think it's what I said.
You need McRib preservation.
What's the actual issue with that?
That it was at the time of Dr. Disrespect. We all should condemn him before all the facts were out, and he definitely deserved being condemned. I said it's just fascist behavior. Chud asked me to come on, and then I got corrected by Kuihman, which, as we well know now, Chud is well aware that the Kuihman's bad faith. he immediately went to the little...
Wait, got cornered by Kuihman. I'm pretty sure I asked him if he wanted to talk to him, and he said yes. Right? Am I fucking crazy here? I'm pretty sure I said to him, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like I always do, because I don't want to blindside people. I'm pretty sure I said, do you want to talk to him? And he said yes, and so Kuihman came on, and then whatever happened, happened.
Definition trick. He asked me the definition of fascism. Kids, don't fall for that one. If you give it too good of definition, then you read it off. If you give any other definition, it's bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You fell for the red herring and you're talking about that. This is something that Destiny does all the time. So if you listen back,
So now he's complaining about his debate with Kuihman that I'm apparently culpable for because I asked him if he wanted to speak to him.
Is truly a foreign concept for poor old TommyC. Willie left a comment on TommyC's video, but it has plausible deniability.
Thank you for the super chat, Spencer Howard.
Used to do it, and I stuck by my guns. And then Kuihman's brilliant response was, then why isn't it fascist? Because it's apparent. Brilliant, 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 brilliant stuff. Okay, so it's just, you have to agree with me.
No, don't make jokes about that. No, don't fucking make stupid jokes about that. Fuck off with that shit. Do not fucking do that, you fucking retard. Not fucking, no, absolutely don't do stuff like that.
You have to agree with me.
Someone make retarded doxing jokes saying.
So I just say, did you misspeak and say
catch what
Destiny?
it was.
Destiny. No. Did I misspeak? Okay, let me explain.
You said
I'll
Destiny,
explain this
and I
again.
was
I'll explain this game. I made a statement that people are demanding. We tossed this guy under the bus. This Dr. Disrespect guy who eventually deserved to be tossed under the bus. We're just acting like a bunch of fascists.
Well, I'm going to treat it as a joke for now, but don't fucking do stupid jokes or whatever like that. I'm not into any of that shit, okay?
Kuihman got on with me and said, that's an outrageous thing to say. His response for that was not to go after my argument that they're not fascist. His response was to do the definition trick. And it's just a red herring fallacy. After the whole thing was done, Chud went on to say this. Well, Tommy doesn't know anything about fascism. That's abundantly clear. But he is right that it might be fascist demanding people condemn before we all have the evidence. It's the same shit here. He does it all the time. I can't fucking stand it.
By the way, as far as I understand, Kuihman to this day has not, I don't believe, had a problem with me saying that, right? Because I was, obviously there's two people who at the time I'm on, decent terms with. So I don't want to fucking step in and be like, oh, this person won, that person won. The audience could decide. I was just trying to highlight that I could see value in what each side was bringing to the table in some regard to try and be reasonable. If you want to call that fence sitting or something, fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but the thing that Tommy is that you're accusing Chud of wanting to do, where he's saying basically, Tommy's whole theory is, I go after Nick, and then Chud turns around and goes, Nick, Queen made a great point about you there. It's over. That's something Chud never does. Anytime, even if it's blatantly obvious that the person I've spoken to on Chud's stream, on the few times I have done this on Chud's stream, was totally retarded, he hasn't just turned around afterwards and gone, oh yeah, Kuihman totally raped that guy. He doesn't do that.
I don't want to sit there and fucking litigate who I think run the debate when I'm on good terms with most people. Let the fucking audience decide, and I'll maybe highlight a point that I thought was good of each party. What is the problem with that?
I can't stand it. Because if you want to call it a sneak diss, talking out by both sides of your mouth, just being
you shout a Liquid Sonic video? Oh yeah, there's a new Liquid Sonic video out today. I actually want to watch that at some point. He did a video on fucking Stuttering Craig.
I mean, call it what you will.
This public statement that you've made is very dubious and dishonest. How? What? He's not even explaining how it's dubious or dishonest. He's just saying it is. How is he still seething about a debate that happened a year ago? This is fucking obscene. He's still seething about this debate with Kuihman from a year ago to this day.
That's why I can't stand him. 100%. That's the perfect example. And I bet you could find a million examples of that.
We've got our long neck coming on after this. So we won't get to Liquid Sonic video immediately. We've got our long neck coming on after this.
Won't you talk about, why didn't you call him? You guys are buds, right? Yeah, why wouldn't I call him? That's why I didn't call him. It's this little...
Wait, hang on a sec. Wait. He didn't play the rest of that clip. Dude, he didn't even let me finish the argument that I was making in that video. What? He just kept, wait, what?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Just check the clip. You didn't even need to ask. Tommy was more than okay for Kuihman to join. I don't want to say he's lying, BC. I think he's being delusional.
Yeah, I got long neck backstage right now.
Thank you.
He just showed up.
Listen, at the end of the day, I didn't want to fucking get into all this, but TommyC has acted like a total fucking retard too much. So, I've had to go in a bit deeper here. But, the next stop for me is a conversation. I'm not watching his response to my response, right? If he wants to be a fucking pussy and not talk, so be it. But I'm happy to have a conversation. I'm even happy to have it off stream and he can record it if he's worried about getting fucking snake. We can both record it even, so there's no snakiness possible. I'd rather have it on stream, obviously. But it's so obscene to be fucking cowering behind your phone. Oh, I'm not going to speak to him because he's mean or some shit. I don't even know what he's going to say. But can we just go back and actually listen to the point that I made in this
You guys
video?
don't know long neck?
Because it feels a bit unreasonable that I don't even get to finish my fucking point, and I'm getting called duplicitous and playing both sides when I'm probably just disagreeing with an extreme presentation of a certain point, but giving my interpretation of what's actually happening there that's probably more reasonable in my mind. I think that's what's happening.
This will all be solved with a phone call rather than these.
No, I'm not long
Chinese
neck. Okay.
10 minutes and done. Wow.
So what's
this? Is my neck really that long? I think my neck's that long.
Destiny Fumbles court case interview.
Oh, I have damage.
Okay, where's this? 306.47. Let's have a look. 306.47.
Kind of is. I think it's because I'm skinny. It looks long.
Like, you know, these videos go overboard and go to these kind of like conspiracies that there's money changing hands and stuff like that. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. What you want about money changing hands? That's ridiculous. But yes, there is. You're onto something, but you're going in a million miles an hour in the wrong direction.
Again, why would he pay me to make him look bad? These people are so stupid.
4. Since Nicholas Diorio has given Dan Saltman optical advice.
But I spoke to him and I'm like, listen, the problem with you and Erudite is you guys knew for months, so you've come to
Okay, to be fair, I didn't say anything after that. I just kept watching the video. Where did I actually make my point then? Maybe it's before. Like, it feels like there's kind of a denial of that. I get it. You don't want to accept some of the more deranged narratives that Destiny was this ultimate puppet master controlling everything. But there was absolutely this effort to build a bridge, which then had some sway, and both parties were benefiting from it. Right? That's pretty fair viewing of it. You know. Okay, so I say it here, right? My point is, dude, it's so absurd that this is now me being duplicitous. Me making a nuanced commentary in a public video is me apparently being duplicitous, right? The point I'm making is that it's wrong to say and it's conspiratorial.
Posting, man. What is this? Sorry, I'll rewind this a minute because I had to go over the Willie Mac point. At the gun range, screaming, black teenager, and mag dumping wildly, hyperventilating and sobbing. Dude. Holy shit. Okay, we need to get this Willie Mac point. I'll pull up his tweet.
Here, right? My point is, dude, it's so absurd that this is now me being duplicitous. Me making a nuanced commentary in a public video is me apparently being duplicitous, right? The point I'm making is that it's wrong to say, and it's conspiratorial and stupid, to say that money was changing hands. The point that I'm making is there was a bridge between certain commentary people and Destiny, right? And it influenced the way that they approached and tackled certain topics and certain stories. And that, I think, is a fairly reasonable perspective. Like, what is actually wrong with that? What is incorrect about that? What am I saying that's incorrect? Yes, there was some influence, exactly, right? And I know very well about how these things work because I used to be a fucking Destiny Orbiter, so I know very well what that's like. And I don't think I was really saying it in a particularly aggressive or egregious way. And I was, in fact, like, disagreeing with the more extreme narratives that were being spun here. But I don't understand why it's such a big deal to just admit that, yeah, I was friendly with Destiny, and it probably influenced how I tackled certain things, and so be it, you know? I mean, I feel like I'm quite open about that, and, you know, like I've spoken about how I covered certain aspects, certainly like the Mystic Girl report, in certain fashions, and that was influenced by that. So I don't really get this whole, like, oh, it's terrible to say, like, oh, God, it's very duplicitous to say this. But I think it's a pretty reasonable, fair perspective.
That is fair. Love a good self-react segment.
Well, I don't want to do a self-react segment, but there's barely any context in that clip of Tommy show.
This incestuous reactception content is so good. I know you hate it, but you're so good at it.
Okay. So, okay, let's pop the Willie Mac tweets now. So, this fucking retard is so mad, okay? So, he's quoting Chud here. I don't know if people are catching this. I can't believe he's crashing out on stream over a reasonable segment from you. SMH, all that's being said, Chud, is that there's something there. And then he follows up with, there's like more tweets, and he's like, from what I saw Tommy just said, there's something to it. Because when Chud contests the idea that Willie Mac took money for videos, Chud says, well, that's obviously not the case, but there's like something there. He's seething about that. He's seething about that. Because he's saying that's dishonest, when it's obviously true. It is just true. I'm sorry. Who needs this spelled out for them? Who actually needs this spelled out for them? Willie Mac is a fucking idiot. Genuinely, one of the dumbest people, not just in commentary, on YouTube, that has any kind of significant career. One of the dumbest people All of his videos on Hassan are essentially just parroting our destiny. That is the case. He does not understand any of the issues that he talks about, obviously. He does not have a holistic understanding of the course of events and any war or anything that Hassan's made statements about, that he's, researched and looked into and checked against different sources. No, he goes to the sources that our Destiny threads show him. He uses the sources that Destiny's community uses. He oftentimes even shows Reddit posts from Destiny's community in his videos. It's the most blatant shit in the world, and he was friendly with these people to the point where Erudite had significant influence, blatantly so, over his video on the Destiny allegations. So the suggestion that, oh, there's nothing there actually, Chud's just being dishonest saying there's something there. No, there is something there. You were constantly influenced by these people and their audiences, and you made videos for these people and their audiences. The point is, there doesn't have to be an exchange of money for the incentives to align in such a way that you will protect Destiny. That's obviously true. And it's blatant as well. Like, he does a whole video on Destiny allegations, and he takes time out to say how Destiny's a great debater, and does like a whole 20-minute segment on President Sunday, because, of who he was talking to about the situation. It's just it's all very obvious. Like, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to do the detective work on this. It doesn't take fucking Columbo. It doesn't take Card Lombo. It's not difficult. It's not complicated. It's all very obvious. Oh, Willie's welcome to contest that. Willie's totally welcome to contest that. If he show your DMs with Erudite around that time, Willie. Show your DMs there around that time. Let's hear the cool logs. Let's hear the cool logs. Okay? It's patently absurd that it wasn't the case. So, Willie doing this catty gay shit when he's one of the most, acting as though Chud's being dishonest, when he is one of the most compromised people online, it's so embarrassing. You're a fucking midwit, and you're fucking worthless. And it's embarrassing that you had to be bullied into doing your job properly. Totally fucking embarrassing. Goes from, I'm a normal guy, I would never look at KF, to putting Cherry's recording in the second video. What a fucking genius, man. What a fucking genius. Seriously.
These spineless drones are terrified of you and Kuihman.
Thank you for the super chats. No, I don't like this idea that we completely deny that. And act like, oh, I was only on one stream with him. Yeah, but it wasn't just the one stream. There was other unspoken connections of benefits that were occurring. Right? What's wrong with that? Let's be realistic about this. What's incorrect about any of that?
Were there parts of the conversation between Destiny and Willie that were left out in an attempt to hide Destiny's influence on the video, particularly in regards to President Sunday and Beckett?
Destiny never brought up...
I criticized Sunday. Totally wrong. Nice try, though, user.
Who cares networking exists?
In fact, user, you're getting a timeout. Okay, that's a 24-hour timeout because you troll in chat all day, every day. When you start paying, okay, this is the rule, no joke. When you start contributing to the stream, I will start giving you more leeway. If you troll every day from now on, I'm going to start timing you out. So you've got options. Behave like a normal person, or you can start paying to be here, frankly, because you are one of the dumbest people. It's obnoxious trolling. It's absolutely painful to have in chat all day, every day.
So you're saying it did happen, but you don't care. So then why are you bothered about me pointing it out? Yeah, sure. Networking exists. Networking leads to influences that have sway in both directions, obviously. So you are agreeing with me that it did happen then, aren't you? Holy fuck, dude.
President Sunday or Beckett when we talked. Pixie's side did because President Sunday slandered her, and Beckett leaking her document with her intentions to sue before it was ready gave Destiny notice to delete evidence. This is all in her court papers. I knew about this beforehand because I reached out to Pixie.
What is the point of networking? What is the purpose of networking? Why do business people network with one another? Why do people do that? Okay, guys, this is what I mean. So now apparently Tommy's tweeting about me. Guys, I want to talk about the pirate software rate review, okay? That's probably going to be a 30+ case segment on my channel. Not that it's the only thing I care about, right? But that's what I want to get to. I don't want to fucking be... And, dude, why not just pick up the phone? We can have a conversation right now. He's just, spurging out about me on Twitter. Yeah, you shitters want Tommy 10, okay? Sure. But I want to get to the stuff I want to talk about. I want to talk about fucking TommyC all fucking day. It's because there is a mutually beneficial, influential relationship that develops off the back of that. Right? So you're agreeing that on what I'm saying is true then, aren't you? If you're saying, yeah, networking exists. Yeah, that's what I'm describing. And I'm trying not to put too much malice into
pause,
everyone's
man.
actions,
Chud just
but
wants
my
some
belief
pause.
is that it was an intentional act on Destiny to build this bridge, but obviously I can't prove that, or I can't show that in any meaningful way. That's my personal belief. But it's unquestionable. There was absolutely this, if you want to call it networking, that occurred.
And she told me. Crazy how that works.
Has Willie Mac ever received any funding or payment?
So I'm making a point that there was networking that happened that influenced how certain things occurred, essentially, right? So I think my point's quite clear. And then it goes on to me listening to this point and saying this is stupid. So the point I'm making is that it's networking and influence that's happening here. Like Willie Mac going to Destiny's house, for example, clearly had some sort of personal influence in some fashion. And I'm not even like super mad about it. I'm not like having to go at anyone even. I'm just saying what I think occurred here. And I'm using it to say the idea money changed hands, which is obviously the worst of those things, right?
Also, like,
Specifically,
dude,
money
you are
changing
saying,
hands.
like, Willie is obviously just like, it is just like being a fucking, he's just like a foot soldier stooge. He hired fucking Doom and Media to do his fucking scripts at one point, or his research, and we like, chased him off. This is the DGG video essay guy. He made the Vosh video essay that they all suck off. Kicks around DGG endlessly, has been for years. That was a guy you were hiring to do your shit for you. Like you are a total DGG stooge. You're just like, there is no you have no independent thought. It's very blatant. The videos have no, they aren't like here's what Willie Mac thinks of this issue. It's here's what our Destiny thinks of this issue.
In order to influence what someone does is way worse. And it's a more surreptitious thing that's happening. That's what's occurring. And it's conspiratorial to claim there's money changing hands that's affecting it.
And from Destiny, Dan Saltman, or anyone else associated with Omni-Liberal Studios. That's Destiny's media company.
Not a single dollar.
This is fucking stupid, man. Like, this is the problem. Is like, there is a point to be made there, but these, like, you know, these videos go overboard and go to these kind of, like, conspiracies that there's money changing hands and stuff like that. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. What you
I didn't lie about Longneck. He's backstage. Just, guys, chill. Longneck's gonna be on scene.
That's ridiculous. But yes, you're onto something, but you're going in a million miles an hour in the wrong direction.
Again, why would he pay me to make him look bad? These people
Okay, so the context is at the start of that then. That was not included. I'd love to understand what I've said there that's incorrect or wrong, or duplicitous, or snaky.
He's in the green room.
I'd love to, you know, if someone wants to, if someone that disagrees with me wants to talk to me and explain to me actually how I'm wrong, I'd love to hear it. But I'm not doing it through this reacception shit. I know that apparently he's going to respond to my video on stream. Just talk to me. Just pick up the fucking blower. Like, what is the fucking problem here, dude? And the way I'm presenting it, I don't really think I'm saying anything like mean or harsh even. I'm not even doing any banter.
Joe Savage became a member. Joe Savage celebrates 4 months of membership, _ChudLogic.
Thank you. Thank you for the membership. I just don't get it. Like, how is this snaky or duplicitous?
Or diss Chud on his stream.
Fighting on the war, are we?
Yes.
Hashtag pick a side. Gawk chasers or kooky veterans.
I think that the war is everybody having way too much time on their hands. Dude, it's the Great War being fought on the battlefield of like, I don't care about Ethan Klein anymore and I'm lashing out.
Fighting on the war, are we?
Okay, literally no one's point again. This is the only form of the criticism Nick is willing to engage with, is you're covering Ethan Klein too much. Something that nobody is saying. Literally nobody's saying it. Like, they should set off alarm bells to you. This is exactly what Hassan does, right? This is the Hassan move. Never present the criticism to your audience. Simply characterize it in the absolute most easy to knock down way. Move on. That's it. That's it. Every time. Every time. Everyone's pointed this out. For some reason, we're allowed to do it ourselves, I guess. Nick's allowed to do it. Chud almost tried to do it with Tommy, but, you know, I held him accountable. But when Hassan does it, he's evil. When Hassan does it, he's evil. Despite the fact that all these guys use the same embarrassing tactics. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. It's literally, no one is saying you cover Ethan Klein too much. It's not what anyone's saying. And you know no one's saying that. That's not the point that anyone's making. You just bring up that point whenever anyone questions you on it. That's just what you say. But that's fine. Listen, that's fine. Nick will move on and find his pet grievance of the week soon. The next pet grievance of the week soon, I'm sure.
I don't understand it. And I guess Willie's got a problem with it, but never said anything to me, so he said it to Tommy instead. I mean, just fucking listen. Bro, Willie was fucking... Okay. I'm not roping anyone else into this. If Woody's got a problem, he knows where I am, okay? I'm not roping other people into this. TommyC is the person that is spurging out about me on stream. Everyone else has got a problem, you know where I am, okay?
Talk about why didn't you call him? You guys are buds, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't I call him? That's why I didn't call him. It's this little thing right there. Now forget the thumbnail and the title because the trap is there. Oh, you can't handle the bans and all that stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Click in this video on your own time. Pretend he's talking about you. And then ask yourself, do you want to talk with that guy? Do you want to hash it out with
I was mean about... Tommy's little feelings were hurt, it seems.
Thank you for the 5 gifted Al Plus. Hugely appreciate. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Hugely appreciate. Thanks so much.
I thought he was like the fucking, right-old guy that was all bluster and... Dude, what a pussy, bro. What a fucking pussy, dude. Oh, I don't want to talk to him because he hurt my feelings. Bro, that video, he was going fucking insane. He was talking about mooching off his wife and shit, and I was having a bit of a laugh and mocking him for that. What do you want me to do, dude? Stop revealing embarrassing stuff about you on the internet if you don't want me to fucking have a fucking laugh at you.
That's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Bro, he was there fucking just saying a bunch of embarrassing shit, and I was having a laugh about it. What's the problem? I can't remember what he said about it, but I'm pretty sure, even though I poked some fun and had a laugh about it, I don't think I really said anything that was... I'm pretty sure at the end I was nice. I can't remember, dude. But no, he's not saying it's the thumbnail or the title or anything. I think it's the stuff I said in there.
That guy? Or does he not like you?
He literally didn't say anything that crazy.
The Bobax leak, that's shit.
Bro, now I'm just reacting to myself. This is becoming like a fucking...
It's like, think of like the way Brad Tace got covered when he was throwing his career away or torching his life or whatever. Chud was nowhere near close to that, even though Tommy was just as embarrassing. Right? CPCA, would you look at Rabbi Kuihman's eyes? Dude, you're such an anti-Semite, man. Look at this Jew's beady eyes. You're such an asshole. You're such a little asshole, man. What's your problem? I'm fucking Somalian. So, what was I saying? What was I saying a minute ago? CPCA just totally distracted me. Was there someone in the waiting room, I think? Or there was. Oh, they're gone now. They literally just left. Yep.
A sustaining content cycle. At least
Brad Tace. Oh, yeah. Tommy is just as bad as Brad Tace and let his career step away from him just the same. But for some reason, because Tommy's like Chud's friend, Chud's content creation friend, he's supposed to never take shots. Never treat Tommy the way he would treat other content creators. Like, it's such a ridiculous standard to set. If you go on your channel and start talking about how you mooch off your wife and you can't keep doing the show because you bought a house with no internet, you're going to get mocked. Yeah.
It is, I've got content for the rest of the week. And yes, I include Kuihman in that comment. Right. Commentary just bullied TommyC into retirement. I think that this sent Kuihman into an absolute blind rage. And he was furious. What is this? Why have you got an RGB vape, dude? What is that thing?
You guys are flying like hell.
Chud wiping the tape. I brushed the crumbs off and a couple land in TommyC's mouth.
The professional...
Bro, this is the problem, dude. Look, it's happening again. It's happening again right now.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
If you admit to mooching off your wife, you have to accept being made fun of online. It's such a benign thing to feel slighted over.
Thank you for the super chat. Some things never change, guys.
The SFTP are over. I'm not doing this full time anymore. I'm going back to work. So nobody can piss and moan about me not doing my wife dirty or whatever. Or mooching off of her.
What? Why is he saying that, dude? Why would you say that? So let me explain. Well, I don't really want to, I mean, obviously I was being mean, right? I mean, it's so bizarre to me that there's all this shit talking that goes on, and Tommy is genuinely that upset by that he won't talk to me now. It's just ridiculous. And this video came out 3 months ago, March, so clearly he's been seething about this for a little while now. I think that this sent...
Financially incentivizing Finny rage.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I said at the end, and I kind of dropped it off and was like, yeah, this is stupid, didn't I? In chat about how he feels about stuff.
Like some kind of superstar YouTuber, you go up and then you fucking go down or kind of flatline. And that's the thing, and you should be happy that you had it for a second. And I had a super loyal community.
Yeah, Tommy banging on about, I've got nothing to lose and all this shit. And he said the same thing about me, that I'm a saber, I've got nothing to lose. Right, it's not that I've got nothing to lose. What he's saying there is, I just don't fucking do this gay cucking to like. Well, I try to be relatively unburdened by like the networking shit, right? I'm not gonna be in like try and control friendships or keep friendships in good like status if that means I can't say exactly what I want to say on my stream, you know? Like obviously I just want to be able to say my opinion about stuff and not have that affect my fucking relationships. It's not a matter of having nothing to lose. I've obviously got stuff to lose. Like, I wouldn't just get on my stream and start saying the N-word because I wouldn't want to lose this source of income, obviously.
Hey, Queen Bee, late.
What's this? Okay. Stop sending me the Oreo clips, though.
Hey, Queen Bee, late to the steam. Do you know what's going on with TommyC and Chud?
I gotta tell you right now, the more I find out about it, I realize that's all time wasted, that I could be, like, preparing VODs for vacation. Every second that I spend learning about that is a second I've lost that I could be making actual content. Yeah, I don't know. We're trying not to do any nonsense here.
Hey, Queen Bee, late to the steam. Do you know what's
He's just
going
above
on
it all.
with TommyC
He's so
and
above it all,
Chud?
guys. He's so
I gotta
above it
tell
all,
you right
guys.
now, the more I find out about it,
I don't have to address anything. I don't have to address anything. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to address anything. You don't have to pick a side, Nick. It's fine. It's fine. No one's asking you to pick a
going anywhere for a year. And then
Shelby, you're one of the worst, you fucking loser, okay? Don't try and act like you're not fucking obsessed with this. Fucking banging on about it in chats.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? IDOBS is really
Why
important.
Shelby
game.
catch it strays?
only streams. Like, a lot of people got really offended and they left, and that's their right.
Dude, Tommy's just talking to his audience. He's talking to his fucking chat about how he feels about stuff. You know, yes, it's embarrassing. Yes, he said some stupid shit he shouldn't have said. But you guys are, like, so invested in this. And I'm just not. I'm like, you know, I don't know, bro. It's like, yeah, he's fucking burnt out. He's been mind raped by the PSYOP against him. And that's it.
They do what they want.
Wow.
Lost.
Wow. Wow. That take aged very well, didn't it?
Subs, lost everything. And all it was answering a really demand. You can back me up on this, Walt. A demand that we grow. The demand is from the audience. So I made kind of some changes.
Son and arcade to keep him company while Kuihman will be a lowly loving dead-air steamer. Crying face emoji.
Tommy bro, thank you for $3.
To encourage that.
Tommy bro. Tommy bro.
Yeah. Well, it used to work now. I mean, one of them might.
Tommy bro's up big right now, okay?
So maybe
Day of the Storm is coming.
Like,
Diamond Hands.
It just depends on the topic. I think I saw like the Destiny video got like decent views.
Yeah.
It just depends on the topic. It's just like normal.
But I mean, some of them get under 1,000.
Yeah.
For me, that's like unacceptable. And those videos don't mean...
I'm done with this. There we go. Kuihman won, ladies and gentlemen. TommyC is retiring, but nothing's going to change. And he's burnt out. He's burnt out covering topics he's not interested in, but doesn't want to put any effort into actually covering stuff he is interested in. There we go. Also, he revealed some embarrassing information that he didn't need to about mooching off his
So
wife.
I don't understand how Nick and Chud act like they're so above this type of drama, you know? This is interesting. This is entertaining. This is some of the most interesting entertaining, you know? The idea that fighting with other people, you know, about your content and shit isn't fun is like ridiculous. I think you're all just like I think everyone involved is a little bit too scared of each other, you know? Everyone's just very scared of each other. Everyone's timid. No one wants to, you know, actually fight about something. They all feel like they've got too much to, you know, put on the line. Even Tommy. Otherwise, he would just get on Chud's stream, right? But he thinks there's something to lose by going on Chud's stream. They're very like, even if it's just ego, even if it's just about his ego, not even necessarily about anything monetary. They all feel like there's some pain that they're gonna feel by you know, actually fighting. It's very sad. Very, very sad.
That was quite funny. I mean, the thing is, obviously, like, I'm not being nice to the guy, right? But, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, Chud is the only guy who can do something like calling out Will and his channel's littering. Okay.
Sugarcoat it, bro. That's exactly what happened in that video. Aren't we supposed to hold our friends accountable? Oh, what are you expecting me to say when you're talking about mooching off your wife? You can't be bothered to look at the topics that you want to cover, and you're burnt out covering stuff you're not interested in. I guess the answer is just to not watch it and not speak about it, isn't it? That's
I don't think it's that Nick's like super mad at Chud and doesn't want to talk about it. I think it's that Nick was mad at Chud at least for the comment. Didn't really want to talk about it on live. And now it's all blowing up, right? And now it's like, he probably doesn't even care that much about the initial comment now, but he's trying to avoid the fallout that Tommy has created.
Because I cannot, as much as, you know, as much as I'm getting smeared as some lying snake that doesn't speak his mind, right? I cannot sit there and be like, oh, this is fine if I've got issues with it. I have to speak up and say what I've got a problem with. Which is probably why you fuckers are so desperate to watch the TommyC content. Because you knew I'd start fucking crashing out about it. Yeah, sorry guys, we'll get to the pirate software content. It's a bit delayed because I got, you know, triggered into covering this basically.
I got the Willie Mac thing. That's fucking shady. I got that Pacific example. Yeah, things are stacking up where I think I'm allowed not to trust him. And yeah, I didn't.
I mean, this is fine. If Tommy doesn't trust me, then so be it. Tommy doesn't trust me, and that's fine. But like, why is he fucking acting like there's all this evidence for this that meaningfully backs this up? When he's just doing a tinfoil Tommy shit. He's just doing the green M&M shit all over again. You know, acting like there's some crazy snake shit happening when there's just not. You know? And the reality is, it's no skin off my nose. I've not spoken to Tommy for 6 months, so my life will continue on, as it has done for the last 6 months. Which, in terms of this, is like nothing. Nothing's going to change for me. It's just, you know, he's got all these issues that he's been seething about, hasn't brought them up, and now he's decided to reveal them all in these fucking stream segments.
By the way, I talked to Chud, played video games with him pretty much throughout the month of December. I think 2 streams, or one night we did it alone, and there was a stream or something like that.
No!
So that kind of goes both ways. Why did you call him? Why did you call me?
Because I didn't have a fucking problem. Because I never had a problem with you. I didn't have any of these issues. Why would I call you when I don't have a problem? You're the one that apparently had all these fucking issues that you're now litigating on stream, and you never fucking called me, bro.
I might have thought, well, maybe it was an isolated incident, but I no longer think this is isolated incidents. When the New Year's stream happened, I was like, yeah, there's something fucking there. This guy's incredibly dishonest. You want to know what Chud actually thinks? Are you sick of his bad faith fence sitting? Listen to Kuihman.
Okay, I don't know what TommyC thinks bad faith means. To me, bad faith means you're saying something that you don't truly believe for some sort of perceived benefit. What do I say that I don't truly believe? What is my take that I have that I don't really fucking believe? What, like, unless he means something else. What does he mean by bad faith? Yeah, but what is it that I say that I don't mean?
He'll tell you. But he's got nothing to lose, and Chud does. And that's what it really comes down to. He doesn't understand. I don't know if he doesn't do it, it's just bad faith. You could criticize Nick. Here's the funny thing. You see this
yeah, you could criticize Nick, all right? Bro, I made a fucking throwaway comment about him on a stream, and it's led to multiple fucking crash outs from this guy. What you want about, dude? Oh, I called him a cocksucker. I called him an Ethan Klein cocksucker. And it's led to all of this.
Such a horrendous credibility attack.
Also, the other problem too, and I don't want to, you know, I'm trying not to bring other people into this, so I'm going to try and stick to that, right? But the problem with this too is he's the one that's making the credibility attack on me. He's saying that I'm a snake. He's saying that I'm untrustworthy. That's the credibility attack. Because that's the fucking, you are saying that you should not trust me. And it's on the back of very limited evidence that he stitched together in his fucking, you know, retarded CT...
Sen. Tommy is right. Tommy's always right. You got this, Tommy. Okay, dude.
Build Mind Palace. Like, where's the fucking evidence that I'm not to be trusted, bro?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
You must remove your hand from Kuihman's hollow fabric corpse and take ownership of your little gonzo muppet.
Thank you for the super chats.
Picture of me, right, when I was moving. This is clipped from a video where I was criticizing Ethan Klein. I never started drama with Nick. Nobody ran to Nick and said he's attacking you. When he said, I'm talking about you, Nicholas DiOrio, and then shoehorning something somebody else said, like Stardust. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. I'm no longer being generous.
So obviously, I think most people understand what was happening in that moment, right?
Bad faith would be believing a bigger YouTuber was catfished by a 17-year-old boy and is anonymous, but cynically saying nothing till years later.
Thank you for the super chats. He clarifies that. I don't think he meant to do it in that way. Kind of, I don't know what he meant exactly, but he didn't mean it in the way that he said it, basically. Yeah, I mean, dude. Sorry, what was that again?
DiOrio and then shoehorn.
So what was happening there is I was bored. I was crashing out a bit. I was having a bit of finny rage. I was having some banter. And I was making some points about some of my misgivings. And I made them broadly, right?
Okay, that's wonderful.
I was making broad comments about some of my issues. Not all of which applies to Nick necessarily.
It's like he made, like, one comment, and it's caused this much shit. When Tommy literally put out a whole video saying, I don't trust ChudLogic. Then that was like the whole video. It's like ridiculous. It's totally because he called him a dick rider. Because he called Nick a dick rider. It's like we need a whole video. I don't trust ChudLogic, and that somehow he doesn't see like the credibility attack comparison. It's like, okay, Chud made like one comment and you did like a whole video of just like nothing but credibility attack. Okay, man. Okay.
With this one, but realized he's just a fat old army cook that projects his hate to you all because of Kuihman.
Thank you for the super chats. And the thing is, you know, this is the thing. I don't want to get roped into fucking giving commentary on this because I'm so fucking bored of the whole topic of Ethan Hassan. But my frustration is, and I've noticed this towards the tail end of me talking about some of this stuff, is, you know, it becomes such a sort of like insane sides-cucked discussion that nuance really dies. And then if you are someone that maybe has a contradictory perspective, people start to get really fucking bothered with you, you know? And start to get really upset with you. Like the few times I did issue some sort of criticism of some of the stuff Ethan was doing, it really bothered some people and they're really upset. You know, I even had people in the comments that were like, you shouldn't be talking about this, Chud, if this is what you think. And it's like, fucking hell, dude. That's fucking a bit much, isn't it? So it was like, I'm bored of talking about it.
And this is the real difference between me and Chud. Chud gets comments saying, well, why are you even talking about this if it's your take? And he stops covering it. I get those comments, and I'm like, okay, well, I've got to do 5 more segments on
it. It's an extremely divisive topic with, you know, plenty of retards on both sides. Yes, both sides. I'm fence-sitting, I guess, by saying that. So I was done with it, and I moved on.
Warbler became a member.
Thank you for the membership.
3 months of membership. TommyC can't attack a sitting member of the synagogue cabal, or else he loses his army pension, so he's going after the next best thing. You.
So in any case, you know, it's not saying that you can't criticize Ethan. Obviously, you can criticize Ethan, but it's become an extremely divisive sides-cut conversation that it becomes very difficult to have like reasonable, nuanced perspectives without people getting very upset with you, you know? And my hope, I said this the other day, my hope is just that people that choose to continue to cover it, as it goes on and on and on, it seems, you know, do so with a nuance.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
And give fair credence to whatever, you know, side is due it, you know? Thank you for the 5 gifted, appreciate it. That's very generous. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Warning, somebody else said, like Stardust. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. I'm no longer being generous. I think he did it on purpose. So why would you talk to him? I don't understand that at all. I wouldn't talk to somebody like that. And you know, you could always hide. Look, say something.
Bro, I don't understand.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
so we don't talk to people we disagree with, we don't like them, or we don't trust them. What sort of mentality is this, dude? Like, I spoke to fucking Tectone. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my god.
You misrepresented Aiko the other day. She never spoke about your allegations, and you said that's what her stream was about. She has always been on your side about that.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I didn't watch it, but that was the title of it. But anyway, thank you for the super chat. And not Miku, thank you for the 10 gifted. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I'll mute it because I'm just going to give all the names off. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So what is going on here? What is happening?
Super chats suck. Speaking of super chats, guys, I haven't showed in ages. Guys, 530 people watching right now, 125 likes on stream. Some of those, 405 people. Might please move the cursors to the thumbs up and clicking it or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be huge appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through the Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships surrounding throughout the chat. Quit bitching, Shelby. Quit bitching. Gift a whole bunch of memberships surrounding throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight your message, read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that'll be highlighted in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/Kuihman. You can also watch live on twitch.tv/Kuihman every day, okay? And there's a huge push right now for active engagement, okay? Run a Twitter account, run a Reddit account, run a Discord account. Always be clipping. ABC, there's an ABC's guide on the subreddit. And post like hell. I know you'll post peacefully, okay? Post responsibly, post peacefully. Thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Hugely appreciated from Matt N there. Hugely appreciated. Thank you, Matt N. Thank you. Huge appreciated with the insane 20 gifted. Once again, hugely appreciated. Yeah, always be clipping and post like hell. I know you will post peacefully, okay? Post responsibly, post peacefully. Don't be weird freaks and lying and all this crazy shit. Don't be doing anything that's bad. We don't like people doing bad stuff, but we love people posting honestly, posting epically. You know, these are terrible, terrible people. I need you posting like hell, but posting peacefully, okay? Seriously, post peacefully. Yeah, I think that's the shill.
Now, right? So I go and speak to Tectone because he's made this throwaway comment about me, and I got some criticisms of him, and I try and bring them to him. Even though he's obviously playing nice or whatever, right? I'm being a bit fucking vitriolic or whatever, being a bit mean, a bit rude. But that happened, and that was fine. But now TommyC doesn't want to talk to me in any format to address any of this. He'd rather just fucking spurg out about me on stream. About a bunch of perceived slights and issues, some of which he doesn't even fully understand the point that I'm making. Okay, well, I guess that's the new paradigm now, so I guess that's it, isn't it? I mean, why is there this aversion to just talking about it? All of this could have been hashed out, discussed, litigated, done, dealt with, and now it's turned into this stupid fucking shit of drama that's keeping me from the stuff I'm actually interested in, which is the pirate software shit.
An outrageous, attack people's credibility and say, hey, you can't handle the bans.
I wish I was looking at some goddamn pause right now. I wish I had some pause right now, man. This guy. Give it a fucking break.
So that's why.
What's the guy got to do for a poor job around here? Give it a fucking break, Chud.
Chud is a bit harsh on
Holy
Nicholas
shit.
Tommy loses his shit and goes into a frenzy. Chud is insanely harsh on Tectone to his face, and Tectone is still asking to drop the mayor. DK is very keen on this idea that me and Tectone should play Fortnite together, by the way. He wants it to happen.
This stuff's,
Any day
all
now.
this stuff is run by money. Even your favorite YouTubers, even the good ones, every decision is made on topics to cover is about money. I'm not above it, and nobody else is. It's easy. It's very easy to sit there and act like everybody else.
Yo, thank you for the 50 sec. Hugely appreciated Jenny Vifwen for the 50 Swedish krona with the pair character Bonate party blower thing with a little party hat on. Thank you. Huge appreciate. Thank you.
Out when you're not depending on the money. Chud's depending on the money. So believe me, I've done this long enough to realize, yeah, you're going to avoid this. You're going to avoid that. But if Chud wanted to criticize Nick, or not even criticize Nick's arguments, but they don't know that. They don't know the difference between, no, I'm not going to, they do know the difference. Who am I fucking kidding here? Attacking her credibility is
See, the thing is, dude, this is so frustrating because I don't want, like, look, here's the thing, right? With Nicholas, obviously, there's probably some disagreement we could get into. The problem is for me, and it goes beyond my audience at this point, right? There are literal fucking vultures out there waiting, right? They're waiting to fucking swoop in. Like, some of the lefties were posting some of my comments. I think I got posted on the Snark subreddit as well. And I don't want to fuel that, and I don't want to fucking participate in that. So, you know, I've said to Nicholas, if he wants to talk off stream, and obviously if he wants to record it, fair enough, I get that. If there's any concern about me being a snake, totally understand. People might
So even this, I don't like this mentality from Chud. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to fuel that. It's like, well, what do you mean I'll fuel that? Like, if your opinion fuels those people, if they've got points that are correct, then those points should be fueled ultimately, if they are correct. It's not about the people fueling, or you have to go and fucking post on Snark subreddit or be friends with these fucking people, but ultimately, like, if that's the outcome of you making correct points that you truly believe, then that's how the internet works, man. When have these guys ever, commentary guys, ever fucking pulled punches because it might embolden bad people? When have they ever done that? When has that ever been a consideration? Ever?
Record that sort of interaction, then that's fine. I'm happy to do that, you know? Because I don't want to fall out with people over fucking Ethan Klein. That's ridiculous, you know? It's just not something I'm interested in, you know. I don't want to fall out over fucking someone incorrectly talking about Ethan Klein in my perspective, say or something. Like, what does it matter? Like, the fact this is all about Ethan Klein is so fucking stupid, dude. You know, I was having a fucking crash out Finny rage with some serious points being made and a bit of banter, and Tommy's taking it all super seriously, you know? More seriously than I think Nick has taken it too.
Okay, that's wonderful.
But, you know, Nick, obviously there was some, you know, tension,
Tommy is
you know?
scared to lose horribly to you in a convo.
Because obviously I can understand there's people from my community that are fucking deranged about this topic. And so, you know, I don't want other people to get shit from my community because I've made some comments on stream. You know, I think that's fucking annoying to deal with, and I've had to deal with it myself. So I don't want that to happen. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, anyone that's got an issue with me, if you know, I'm happy to talk. And if it has to be off stream recorded because of a snake concern, then fair enough. That's fine. I'm not out here, you know. I just feel like I am fairly open. I'm a fairly open book, right? I don't think I'm trying to like hide anything. I'm not off in group chat shit talking any of these people to others. I don't know. I'm just kind of like here doing my stream 5 days a week. And if you've got a problem, then I've always taken a sort of angle to try and hash stuff out, you know, with people. So I don't really understand this idea that now all of a sudden, like,
back, man,
it's snaky apparently to do that. But anyway,
attack your credibility is criticism. What's the matter? You can't take criticism? You're attacking my credibility, not my argument. That's what they do over and over again. Kuihman does it. His minions do it. They all do it. Chud does it, except he's a mean girl about it and does it sneaks this. When you call him out, he plays stupid or says you're soft. And then
Tommy is a meat shield for Willie, who seems to be using him to air his grievances. Willie is still upset that most people feel his.
So when have I ever been dishonest? Like, seriously, just like lay out the dishonesty for me. Seriously, I'm sure I've been like fucking wrong or dishonest or on something, but to say I'm just dishonest, it's like, well, that is just a blanket credibility attack. So can you give me a fucking example? But he can't. He's just like, he goes, "Oh, you're playing definition games with me." It's like you just don't understand what happened in that conversation. Like, I'd go back and try and listen to what I'm actually saying to you in that conversation, Tommy.
Thank you for the super chats.
But how do I make money?
And Perp, thank you for the membership.
Perp became a member.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if there's some issue with something I've said, then let me know. It's just so ridiculous that I'm the fucking mean girl. When all my statements are public, obviously I've reached out directly to an individual party to say, hey, we got some disagreement, we can talk about it if you want, privately if necessary, record it if necessary. But I'm not going to like other people being like, oh, this person's this, that, and the other. Like, it's to the person or publicly. So where's the snake behavior happening? I don't fucking get it, dude.
Let's Kuihman do the rest. That's probably what it is. How coordinated it is, I don't fucking know. I don't care. If you want to know what Chud thinks, talk to Kuihman. Kuihman thinks Nick the Oreo is a sellout. All those guys.
I don't even say that. I don't even say that. I don't say
unfairly praising.
I've not seen Kuihman's comments on Big Nick. But is that what Kuihman said? I don't even know if Kuihman has said that necessarily. And I don't, you know.
That's not what I say.
See, this is the funny thing about this, right? This whole thing is I'm going to snake Nick, right? That's his big concern, is that I'm going to snake Nick. And I am having to do everything in my power now to not
sellout is almost always just like reductive as fuck. Like, there are some examples where it makes sense, but most people aren't like that. Most people aren't like consciously just giving up everything to make money. That's not how most people operate. They don't think, especially anything about explicitly anyway. Usually these things are much more implicit and they sort of allow like a bad thought process to take hold or let inconsistencies or questions slide and let them pass by so they can just maintain the illusion, maintain the narrative they've got. It's very rarely it's like an active, I'm going to go lie for money. Like, no, in any case where someone is compromised in some way, it's very rarely going to be just that.
Into this because I don't think he wants any fucking part of it. But he keeps fucking talking about him and bringing them up. We bring up your concerns with me. Why do you keep banging on about fucking Nick? As far as I understand, yes, there was obviously a bit of tension because I talked some shit, but me and Nick have, you know, spoken about other topics unrelated to this with fairly reasonable, like, you know, we're not like talking all the time, but we've spoken a bit. It's fine. Like, I don't think there's like this big issue between me and Nick. Like, TommyC seems to have this big idea. There's this crazy thing happening or something, but I don't see it myself. And, you know, Nick knows, we've done this before when we've had, you know, we can talk to each other and say if we've got like a big problem. So I don't really understand why now I'm being put in this position where it's only more likely that I'm going to say something crazy and end up fucking, you know, snaking someone, Nick, Willie, whoever's not really directly involved in this. Like, it's putting me in this position where it's like, you know, like, what am I supposed to do, bro? I'm trying to address his points, but he keeps trying to bring like Nick into it, you know, and Willie Mack into it too.
Instead of attacking the praises, you say he's a dick rider. You say he's a sweeper. And don't provide any explanation why that's the case. Just like that Willie clip I showed you. It's just that simple. So can anybody really believe that there's actually no alignment here? I mean, Hassan pulls this shit all the time.
Wait, what is going on here? So is he saying that I'm like a Sam Piker and Kuihman is like bad empanada? Is that right?
Hey, listen, I can't control this guy. I disagree with him, but he does a great job. Well, here. If you
Bro, I can't control this guy. What is Kuihman doing that I ought to control? Kuihman isn't out there fucking doxing people and shit like that. He's just talking shit and making his points on his own stream, that of his views on things. What am I supposed to control? What am I supposed to intervene because he's talking shit about someone that I'm friends with? That's up to them to fucking...
Well, so people saying that, I mean, Lumpy Willie was obviously presenting as though Nick's just talking shit about Chud. I don't think that's entirely true. I think Nick is kind of impartial on this. He's probably annoyed at both of them to a certain extent. Chud for making his comments and Tommy for making his comments, I'd imagine. And you can see here, I've just seen this on Twitter. So people says, hook, line, and sinker. Reel him in, just like the old days, and I'm here for it. Alex says, not looking good for Tommy. Except laughing about it. So listen, I don't think it's real spelt wrong. Nice one, people. Nice one, people. Awesome stuff, man. Smart guy. Where's the people Machiavellian mastermind edit? Where's that shit? Who's got that? Who's got that shit? Has anyone got that? Does anyone have that to hand? Fake angler. I don't know if anyone's got it. Anyway, we'll move on.
Hash out. That's up to them to deal with. Why the fuck am I fucking supposed to rein Kuihman in because he's saying shit that some people don't like?
Thought he was bad faith. You wouldn't have put him on your show. You wouldn't have platformed him. Chud's got no problem with Kuihman being bad faith. None whatsoever. Not at all. He just will continue to do this whole thing over and over.
This is really fucking annoying too.
A child marriage defender, people
the
riveter.
Kuihman has come on my stream is because we've disagreed about the games done quick stuff and the fucking Daniel Green stuff. Those are the only times recently the Kuihman has been on my stream. I don't bring him on to like fucking, you know, I don't even watch his content on stream. What was the last thing that I watched of his? I can't even fucking remember. And I don't think he's doing anything.
It wasn't games
done
done quick. It was not. It was SKG, anyway. Right?
Dude, it's funny. It's funny because I talked about this and said how absurd it was to act like me and Kuihman are the same person. But he is just further kind of doubling down on that, claiming that he's like my bad empanada, as if Kuihman is doing anything that is like what bad empanada does. It's absurd.
Over again, and then play stupid. That's the idea. The idea that he doesn't associate with Kuihman is comically stupid.
Okay, wait. I don't recall saying that I don't associate with Kuihman.
A very stupid thing to
he
say.
came to my community, and I've raided him, right? The point is, I'm not responsible for what he says. I'm not responsible for his takes. And if you've got a problem with him, you need to speak to him directly. I don't want to say, you know, I don't recall saying that. There's a clip of me saying it. I'd happily review it. But I don't recall saying that I don't associate with Kuihman. The point is that I'm not responsible for him. Obviously, I raid him. He came out of my community initially. He grew up off the back of the dregs of my community and then has built his own streaming thing. But what am I supposed to, like, dude? What? I don't get it. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Kuihman, you're talking a bit shit about the wrong person. You shouldn't do that. No, Kuihman's free to say what he wants, and if you've got a problem with that, you can speak to him about it.
Wait, you're saying, wait, I can say what I want on my own live stream and Chud's not going to just cut me off because I'm being mean to his friend?
If it was doxing people and shit like that, I'd have to say, okay, this is ridiculous. Yeah, dude, I've publicly said that I don't think Kuihman's
I guess this is controversial for some reason.
And I've signed off on that. I said, like, you know, if he gets outed, I'm fucked, basically. So I don't think I've ever hidden, like, what level of association there is. It's just that association, in my mind, doesn't mean I'm responsible for what he says, or if he's commenting on something or got a different perspective, or you have got a problem with what he says.
It's a comical lie. And I honestly think they more than likely just sit around and say, well, if they do say this, we'll say that. Because you could predict what they're going to say. No problem.
Bro, what is this going on about? I spoke about this the other day.
Man.
Dude, did he actually watch my video or not? He's complaining about me not watching his video, which I did, by the way. But he seems to have not really listened to me because, like, I don't have, you know, obviously Kuihman and I have spoken in the past, but the main majority of what happens is he sends me stuff to, like, provoke me. Or, like, thinks it's funny and wants me to watch it, like some fucking Red Bar clip that I don't give two fucks about. I'm not really, you know.
Bro, this guy keeps bringing up Red Bar clips to smear me as I'm just sending him Red Bar clips in DMs all the time. I think it's like the Yay Cousins thing and like one other thing. This guy is smearing me like crazy. Like I'm just constantly like, yo, check out this Red Bar clip. Check out this Red Bar clip. Check out this Red Bar clip. It's not happening. That's not what's happening. Okay, total smearing. Total fucking smear job here. I'm being defamed completely. It's absolutely absurd. It's totally fucked. It's totally fucked. I'm not lying. Fuck you, man. Also, I've heard reports. I don't know how true this is. I've heard reports, okay, that TommyC at some point said something to the effect of, I tried watching Red Bar. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Which is very funny because it's like, it's almost exactly to mock people like Tommy. Right? So much of it is just to mock someone like Tommy. It's like, it's a parody shock jock radio show when he's a wannabe Howard Stern that oftentimes goes after like other like wannabe shock jock radio type stuff like you know, like Joe Rogan and shit like that. Like that's so much of the point. It's just very funny that Tommy watches this, sits there and tries watching this for extended periods of time. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, dude, you're the joke. You're the joke.
Like, he likes Red Bar. I'm kind of indifferent to Red Bar. But he sends me a clip of it to watch, and I'm like, okay.
No,
maybe.
Tommy is wannabe Howard Stern. Tommy is wannabe Howard Stern. Red Bar is like a parody shock jock radio show. Right? That's how it was initially conceived, is like a parody shock jock radio show, right? But Tommy has said he sees himself like a Howard Stern. He said that. That's my point. Like, someone like Tommy, someone who is as fucking unsuccessful and retarded and embarrassing as Tommy, claiming to be like Howard Stern or something like that. That is the joke a lot of the time on Red Bar, right? Those people are the joke.
So I don't really understand this narrative. I'm like, there. In talking, we just don't talk about this shit, dude. Obviously, all you can do is really speculate because, I mean, I don't like to leak DMs unnecessarily. So I don't intend to leak DMs. But, you know, I could leak like the last month of DMs to Kuihman right now and it wouldn't be a problem. It would just be like, you know. Now, to be fair, to be absolutely clear,
he'll just give
I'll be
it to
100% clear on this.
Nice uncle.
When I said earlier, Kuihman did link me the TommyC video. So Kuihman did do that when I asked. So I will be upfront about that, okay? But prior to that, the other day during the Attic stream, he sent me some South African advert about cars. He sent me the Parry thing that Bug Squander made. Sent me the Stardust clip, so I wasn't watching it on stream. A bunch of stuff about Cameron. Right. Yeah, a bunch of stuff about Cameron.
Really throwing stuff in the DMs.
He said that he confronted Amaranth's husband, and I said I was going to watch it. Which was good content, I thought. Smash JT video. Yeah, there's nothing here, dude. The fucking Red Bar clip. I asked him about the clip of Tectone sniping at me. And that's it. A few bits and pieces about Tectone, and that's it. So yeah, there's nothing there. Like, what is it he's hoping?
I'd say he's airing up. I think you read this off the other day. Yeah, I think I literally went through all these.
You know,
like,
I don't want to be like.
You know.
But he sends me stuff, and I don't necessarily respond.
Because we organise to get on the same page about narrative. You see, we organise to get on the same page about narrative.
I'm busy with shit, so I don't have time to like personally be like, oh, thank you for this, or yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this, or I'm not going to watch it. He just sends me stuff, and that's, you know, a bit of context, something I'm covering on stream, something like that. So it's ridiculous to suggest, like, on what evidence are you suggesting that we've got this, like, we're having these conversations? It seems like you're the one having conversation with others about me, not the other way around. But apparently that makes me the snake. It's ridiculous.
So ever. My last thing, and then we'll move on. Oh, I want this slide. This one's way better. Okay. Last thing I got to say, I'm going to mention Aiden real quick. Aiden made a comment. He said that I come from a community that if we criticize each other, it's over. It's fucking done. I don't know. Anybody watch me long enough, I can take a joke. I can get my balls busted. I can do all those things. It's just.
Gotta be honest, Tom. It doesn't really seem like it. It seems like you're quite upset about some things I've said about you, but like, you know, just bottled it up for months.
I can be criticized. That's not true. What they do is called credibility attacks, and the credibility.
Aiden took a break from streaming until his finals or whatever. I believe he's meant to be back to stream like today or tomorrow or whatever, right? He said Thursday.
All those fucking things, and say you can't handle the bats.
Also, dude, I myself have criticised this sweeper shit. I've said how stupid the sweeper stuff is. People that watch me regularly will know. I've said, stop calling everything sweeping. It's really fucking annoying and stupid.
He's pushed it back.
So, I mean...
What?
I agree that sometimes these can be frustrating claims. But he's taking it up to this extreme where it's like, that's an attack on credibility. Meanwhile, he's just sat there calling me a snake and not to be trusted. With very little evidence. I mean, very little good evidence. No good evidence at all. With very little evidence. And, I mean, that is a direct attack on my credibility. But that's fine, apparently, I guess, in Tommy's head. I mean, make that make sense. Make that make sense, dude.
Perfect. It's dishonest. It's what Chud's doing. It's what he's doing on the surface. That's what it is. Oh, there is another thing. I almost forgot. Chud mentioned, and this is an example of just being deliberately dishonest with context. Chud said, why don't you call me a pedo? If just come out and say it. I didn't call you one. I didn't say you're a groomer.
Okay, hang on. Did I say that? Did I say that? Maybe like if you're going to call me a nonce, call me a nonce. What's the original clip? No, I know what he said. And I know that he seems to be misunderstanding what looking the other way means. We'll get to that. But did I say that?
Yo, thank you for the 40 Swedish krona, Jenny Vifwen. Thank you. Huge appreciate it with the hippo character looking shocked and looking around. Thank you.
Here's what I said, and I'm not going to pretend to teach you right now. I'm just going to teach the audience. I'm not going to pretend you didn't understand what I said.
Well, the problem is he said that people looked the other way, and the way he presented it suggested that he had a problem with it. But now he's saying that he didn't mean it like that, I guess. But it's like, when you look the other way, that means there's something to see that you're avoiding looking at because,
obvious.
you know, in this instance, you'd have to be critical or you'd have to do something about it, you know? I said nonce. Okay, fair enough.
A character is
That's fair
erudite.
enough, okay. That's fine. I'll take what he said broadly because I understand, like, you know, nonce does mean pedo, but in my mind, I don't use it to mean pedo as explicitly, but I get that's what people's interpretation is. So that's fine. We can take that that's what he said. Fair enough. But I think that the way he presented it, you could reasonably interpret that he was suggesting that there was a problem and he didn't, and he looked the other way on it for some reason.
I said, you got catfished, and that's fucked up. And people look the other way. The context being...
Okay, so when he said, that's fucked up, I think he was actually, to be fair to Tommy, I think he was referencing the catfishing being fucked up. So he's saying that part was fucked up, not what I did was fucked up. But the other problem as well, he's talking about looking the other way. Well, when you look the other way, that means there's a problem that you're avoiding looking at. So that's why people thought that's what he was saying, myself included. Okay, but to be fair, he's clarifying now. I think what he meant was,
okay, that's wonderful.
You know,
how do I
people
make
were
money
kind of gracious
off
to you
the
about it or something.
Nonce.
Thank you, Tommy C, for the tip.
Even if you're innocent, like Chud was of the whole thing, he was actually set up by some friggin' minor. There's no doubt about it. I've stuck up for Zaptai and other people. I have initially stuck up for Zero until he was...
See, the thing is, I can accept this, but then you need to be cautious with the language that you use, because look the other way suggests there was something wrong there.
It's just like, like the phrasing is like so...
That's
like, I get it. Tommy is a retard. I know Tommy is a retard, so I'm willing to accept this. But you can't then say everyone else is being dishonest because they assumed you were saying what you meant and not saying something you didn't mean by accident. Right? Like, you can't... like, it's fine. I know you're a retard. I'm willing to accept your new explanation. But it's not my fault that I assumed that what you said is what you thought. Right? That can't be my fault. That's ridiculous. Come on now.
Fucked up. Whether you meant the catfishing was fucked up or my actions were fucked up. But that's okay. Listen, I will be fair. We don't let it get to our head. But I'll be fair and I'll say, fair enough. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. It's been clarified now. But I wouldn't say it was a lie to interpret it in that way. Many people interpreted what he was saying there was that what I did was fucked up and people looked the other way on it. Right? That's how many took it to, that's how many read what he was saying. But I'm happy to accept the clarification.
I have a history of sticking up for people that make massive mistakes. But on YouTube, and he knows this, 9 times out of 10, that's lights out. 9 times out of 10, lights out. You're finished. It doesn't matter the context, right? The context he wouldn't afford me. So this whole thing, why don't you just call me a pedo then? Well, I didn't. I didn't even suggest it. I said you were a catfish. I said it was...
Well, no, you did, but you didn't realize you were doing it because you're fucking retarded and you can't speak properly. But when you say that something is fucked up and people look the other way, people are going to reasonably interpret that you're saying what I did was fucked up and people look the other way on what was fucked up. But if you genuinely meant me getting catfish was fucked up, great. You should find different language to use other than look the other way because you're suggesting there is a problem there that people are actively ignoring, which I don't think is a fair characterization of what happened anyway. Because, you know, Augie and other people, Nicholas Diorio and others defended me when Noah Samson posted the logs trying to call me a pedo in the midst of the super mega drama in 2023. I wasn't really like, I think we'd had some communication, but I wasn't as friendly with them as I am now. Well, present events, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But they were defending me on the basis of what Noah Samson posted. Nothing to do with like their connection to me, as far as I understand it, you know? Like they just saw that what he was posting didn't back up the claims he was making and called him out for that.
It's fucked up. And all the people you're trying to snake, Willie, Tom, me, well, I guess to some extent, Bobax.
Yeah, guys.
Snake somebody he was never friends with.
We've really got to be concerned about Bobax getting snaked, guys. Also, how am I snaking anyone? Explain to me how I'm snaking anyone.
We're nice to you. And looked the other way instead of saying, well, look, that guy might be innocent.
Can't believe Chud snaked his good friend Bobax.
They gave you a chance. They gave you a chance because of
very fucked up guy.
Will.
Very fucked up evil guy, actually.
But you're trying to snake him.
How? How? So, where?
Baden says that we come from a community who criticize each other. It's the friendship's over and what have you. First of all, that's not true. It's the credibility attacks. That's what it is. I mean, Kuihman has no fucking problem or no compunction. He does not give a shit if something's true, if it's out of context, it's whatever sticks. Willie said something interesting about him that he respects.
No, again, just example. Where's the example,
and we've seen it before
man?
With these anti-community communities.
Bring examples. Bring an argument. This is a credibility attack right now.
But lamer. The blood sports thing with Medicare and Tonka and all those guys, but they eventually destroy each other. The most recent version was Salvo's community.
Yes, I said how ridiculous it was to act like me mentioning the dress pics somehow led to the OnlyFans leak. I mean, what an absolutely absurd concept. Nothing to do with that. He leaked, Bo Black's leaked their own email on stream, and then some shitter account pieced it together and then put it onto Twitter. And then everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it because of how fucking deranged it was.
They ate each other as well. He ate himself, and then
no, I am really cool, Shelby. You're wrong.
Each other, and then he ate himself. All these communities, they go away. They get really
Shelby, you're totally wrong. Okay.
Disallowed. Because eventually the line gets boring. Eventually the bad faith gets boring. Kuihman doesn't have any reputation for being good faith. Most of the people who watch Chud, I even noticed in my own comments, cannot stand him. They don't like the fact that I'm so-called conflating them. The problem is, I don't think it's an accident. I don't think I'm crazy here. When he puts him on, lets him say his shit, but I disagree with that. It's the same shit.
Okay, how many times has that actually happened? I know he's still very pressed about what happened back a year ago, right? He's still very bothered about the fact he came on a year ago. I brought him on during Jar. He came on during the Bo Blacks and Nicola stuff when that was first kicking off, right?
What has it been? Jar, Bo Blacks, but that was Smaggle, not Chud, because they asked to add me. Bo Blacks said no. Then they added Smaggle. Then Smaggle was like, Kuihman, come on down, and then added me. So that wasn't Chud. Prism, which was like a panel basically. Like there's been times where there's been like panel type shit I've been on Chud's stream for. I've been on Chud's stream to argue with him. I understand there's like almost this bit or this idea that I always go on Chud's stream to, you know, take someone out, but I don't think that actually happens very often. You argued with Willie once on Chud's stream. I did speak to Willie briefly on Chud's stream, didn't I? What did I say to... What did we talk about? What did we even talk about? I don't remember. Mr. Beast slop.
But when has this happened? You know, I rarely bring Kuihman on stream, particularly if I agree with him on a topic. You know.
No, he came on my stream to this
fucking Orbit shit. I don't want to have the Destiny fucking verse, Chud verse or whatever, right? If people want to do their own thing and come out of my community, become a streamer, good luck to them. But, you know, I'm not... There's an idea that I'm bringing him on. I'm like, oh, I don't even watch his fucking content, bro. I don't even watch his content on stream. When was the last time I watched a Kuihman video? I can't remember. I have watched a Kuihman video before. The last thing that really sticks out in my mind is when he spoke to Brianna Wu. That's the last thing I can remember.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
We don't feel that way because he's bad faith. It's because he's Jewish.
Okay.
Thank you for the 333. Appreciate it.
He did with Willie. It's the same shit he does with everybody else. You know, that's really interesting. But I got to distance myself. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. And that's it. That's all. If you're going to sit there and say, I can't take the bans, fine. If you're going to do what Kuihman's little crowd did and said, get this, with the pedo thing, that I knew that Chud was a groomer and I let it go until it was inconvenient for me. Oh, that's funny. And honestly, I think Chud knew that it was going to be taken like that. I never said that. I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt. Catfished, and that's fucked up. So that's who you're...
He said, catfished by a 17-year-old boy is what he said. Right? So he's changing the language a bit. But obviously, when someone says, you got catfished by a 17-year-old boy, that's fucked up, and people look the other way, obviously it's going to come across like you're getting called a fucking nonce. Bro, he's changed what he said.
You're dealing with. That's your great commentator. That's your guy that's fair.
I mean, look, okay, I know it's, listen, it's very fun. Oh, that's true. It's obviously the framing is quite extreme. I would put it differently personally. If you want to say that's what happened, whatever, I disagree with the framing of it. But clearly the framing leads reasonably one to conclude that he is, you know, got a problem with it. Otherwise, why would you put it like that? Why would you put it in those terms? You know? But it's fine.
Don't frame it as a little boy.
I'm willing to accept that.
Say it was a trans girl. Say it was a trans girl. Don't say it was a little boy. Stop saying it was a little boy. I'm not gay.
He just needs to keep the image. You want to call in? Now's your chance. So, and then I'm going to go into the other video. See? Didn't take 50 minutes. I don't got to pretend. Well, I did pretend not to know, in fairness. I know.
He was groomed into it. So true. Dude, that Ico stream was so funny. I was just into the Ico stream the other day. Oh my god. That shit was funny. Just hours upon hours of psychoanalysis of Chud. Talking about how he's got internalized homophobia, how he just has to sound off about trans people to try and prove that he's totally not into them and all this shit. Just...
I wasn't fucking watching. So how the fuck am I supposed to do that?
Idea what happened in that video. None. Tommy's all...
Bro, I'm not fucking... Dude, I don't know what this guy's...
There's a bit of truth in that.
I'm not watching your fucking stream. Spurging out about me, dude. I've got other things going on. Oh, he means it's callers. Okay, got it. Okay. Well, no, I just, you know, I've said. Oh, yeah, Batman. Batman's a ChudLogic chat too. I've said from the start, this could have all gone very differently. I'd have happy to have a talk with him on, off stream, whatever. But he's decided to, like, continue this stupid crusade, and now I've fucking said a bunch of shit about him on stream. So presumably he's going to respond and get angrier. All of this could have been dealt with in a phone call. And by the way, guys, I'll tell you now, I'm not watching his response to this, okay? I've been covering this for fucking way longer than I should have done, right? The pirate software stuff is primo content for me. And because Kuihman mind raped me with his Jewish tricks, I've been sat here watching this fucking shit for fucking 2 hours now.
Oh, he's right. You're goddamn right. So,
okay, that's wonderful.
We
how do I make money?
And by the way, I don't screen any. I'm the only guy on this earth that doesn't screen. And takes calls on a regular basis. Nobody calls. I'll get right into the Nisa thing. Yeah, Chud is a dishonest wanker. Why do I want to talk to a dishonest wanker? So he can be more dishonest? Oh, I do have to make a correction, however. All right? I was wrong about something I said in there. I said something wrong about Kuihman, but you'll never see this from them.
Bro, how am I dishonest? Like, dude, he's basically shown nothing. He's shown a bunch of public statements that I've made. Said that I got the same takes as Kuihman, which is just ridiculous. And then he's like, I don't know, he said a bunch of crazy shit. And then he's like, well, Chud's very dishonest. On the basis of what? Like, what have I done that's dishonest, bro? I'd love to have it explained to me in a call by TommyC. And it might be that he actually speaks to me. But he's saying he wants to do it, I think, after stream or something.
Fuck that. Thank God Chud rescinds this. Thank God.
Unbelievably generous. Let's not forget that you got catfished by a 17-year-old boy. And everybody, including myself, looked the other way, thought it was fucked up.
That is the clip. How is it that out of line that people thought he thought I was a nonce?
The meaning of that, like, look the other way, it was fucked. Look the other way, it was fucked up. It's pretty, like, the meaning there. There's not a lot of room for it to be the intention that Tommy actually claims to have had. There's not a lot of room for that. And the only reason why there is room for that is because you're able to believe Tommy when he basically says that he's too retarded to know what look the other way means, what that phrase implies. So, let's be totally serious here. It's not dishonest or anything to present that quote that way. Yeah, I'll accept his clarification, but it's totally ridiculous to claim that's not what he said.
Is he saying, you know, people look the other way thought it was fucked up, right? If you genuinely were trying to say that me getting catfish was fucked up, and that not that people look the other way, but they, like, defended me or something, like, you need to speak fucking language that makes more sense then. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't think it's that crazy that I would listen to that. Because I did watch his video, despite what fucking he's claiming. And be like, oh shit, does he think I'm some sort of nonce? Right? I think that's pretty much what he said.
Thank you for the 50 Swedish krona. Huge appreciate Jenny Vifflin. Thank you with the lemon character and lemon and lime characters blowing trumpets. Thank you. Huge appreciate.
My response, like, does he think I'm a nonce? So why don't you just call me a nonce if he thinks I'm a nonce? Because that's what it sounds like he's saying. Anyway, is there any more here? Because I want to get to, it's been 2 hours. I want to get to this pirate software shit.
You'll see this from me. Kuihman never apologized to Nick. Nick said I got that fucked up. What happened is I
mean, I'm still willing to have an offline conversation, but I'm a bit perturbed because it's like, you know, well, now all this shit has been spoken. And what we're supposed to
What would I apologize to Nick for? Nick hasn't fucking asked me for no apology. There's nothing I believe I'm expected to apologize to Nick for. Nick's guy around in private asking for apologies for me, or if Chud saying, oh, this guy will apologize to you. That's fucking retarded. All those people need to figure out that ain't happening. If I've got something wrong, bring that to me. If you think I've got a judgment of you that's wrong, then come argue with me about it. I wouldn't apologize just for watching a video. Very retarded. Very embarrassing stuff these people are doing here.
Like, I don't know. I feel maybe I should retract that. I don't know. It just feels a bit like we're slinking off to have a private call together. When he said all this shit on stream. I don't know if I think on stream or not, I think is probably my new position on this. I think previous to this, I would have been willing to have a private conversation to hash this out. But now it's got to be public if we're going to have one. I'm not going to, yeah. Public or nothing is my new position, for TommyC specifically. Other people, I'm still willing to have a private convo if they got some issue with me, because they've not done deranged fucking rant-filled streams about me. But, yeah, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to spend time out of my normal stream hours talking to this guy. Off stream.
Surely he'll get on stream.
But
surely.
yeah, I guess that's it.
Surely,
I guess that's
right?
it, isn't it? Is that it? I want to get to the pirate software stuff now, so I'm going to say that is it. That's 2 hours. All the shitters can fucking slap up off of that.
Okay, that's it. Does he mention Tommy at all here in stream? No, does not. Yep. So there's, I think, some voice memos. See these. Tommy put some voice messages in his Discord. See these.
Hey, everybody. I'm about to call it a night, but don't you fret. I'm just getting warmed up. And if you guys have been back in the old days, we punched up before, and we keep these big guys on their toes. Haven't done it in a long time, to be perfectly honest with you. And if you do go back that far, you know today's not the only day. Just ask Keemstar. I'll see y'all real soon. Take care. Hey, everybody.
Punching up is fighting, picking a fight with, I guess, Chud, and by extension, because he's saying that Chud does all the same takes as me as well, is punching up in the same way as if he was attacking Keemstar again. Wow. Big honor there, big honor. I think Tommy might be a bit delusional in his old age, I'm going to be honest.
One thing, I don't want you guys to worry, just because I'm taking a lot of shit, especially you new guys, but I live for this shit. I love the fact that Twitter's up in arms right now. I love watching Chud freak
I live
out.
for
So
this
don't
shit.
think
We in
that
this shit.
If I just get enough hate, I'm going to way. I think that's what they're counting on. But I promise you, no matter what the hate,
no,
we're covering
Tommy,
Chud tomorrow.
Do 100 more streams on this, please. No one wants you to go away. Do 500 more streams about this. Do a whole year of streams about this, Tommy. No one wants you to go away. Who would want you to go away? Who's asking for that? Do 100 more streams exactly like this. Where's the Shamu tweet? So here's some Discord messages as well I'm being sent. One people, they says, you freaked out for over 50 minutes on someone else's behalf. The video was 30, the segment was 5. I was in a good mood the whole time. Dishonest framing of what Chud taught you well. Dude, what'd you... The segment was 5 minutes. Neither segment was 5 minutes. Are you crazy? What? And yeah, he's using fucking Keck W. It's a 50-year-old man saying Keck W in Discord. Ooh. Talk to Chud, this back and forth, this dumb. He's a YouTuber. He will try to strike deal for my silence like Keem got Nick and Augie to over technicals. That is not me, lol. Dude, where's Chud ever going to strike a deal for your site? What the fuck are you talking about? Tommy is absolutely mind raped, Lamau, absolutely disgraceful. I don't know, guy. I'm not the one freaking out over a 20 min. It's funny if you haven't seen it. I just watched you do everything you accused Chud doing and then felt the need to argue with some shitter in your Discord. Funny segment. Oh, it's just earlier. Okay, foreign. He is actually illiterate. It's pretty shameful.